say I'm a fool, but they never got the news that I'm a wild one. Oh yeah, I'm a wild one. You better turn it up, better keep the channel down, cause you're watching Vilemike and his real wild child. Oh yeah, I'm a wild one. You better turn it up, better keep the channel down, cause you're watching Vilemike and his real wild child.
Howdy, folks. It's Vilemike here, and I got Captain MKG so far. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, sir. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm just peachy. I got my coffee. I got my cigar. And
Nice.
I don't know if you saw, but I'm going to try to do a video where we're going to record everyone who's at least showing their face. Saying happy birthday to Katty. She turns 19 today, and she doesn't get to celebrate her birthday because her boyfriend has been in and out of the hospital for the last week.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, if you're recording now, I can certainly do that for you.
We'll go ahead and start with you since I've got the whole video recording, and then I'm just gonna chop it up into little pieces and make a video for her. And I know because she's a teenager and doesn't really like dealing with her dad as much as she used to, she won't be watching the live stream, so this will still be a surprise.
Oh, okay. That'll work.
So here, let me do a solo, and also Elia's here. How you doing, man?
I'm here physically, not mentally.
So let's go ahead and do a solo of you, and you can just say happy birthday to Katty Knight, aka Stephanie, aka the Vile Child.
Hello there, Katty, aka the Vile Child. This is MKG, wishing you a happy birthday, especially at 19. There's a lot coming your way.
I'll save that one for you. Oh, and
My
Bird
hair's messed up.
she goes both ways. She's actually got two boyfriends right now. One is a male former Marine. The other is a trans man who, she's doing her own thing, and if she's happy, I'm okay with it. So I'm not going to bug her about it.
Exactly.
There is no such thing as a former Marine. Once a Marine, you're always a Marine.
Well, he was honorably discharged, or he was discharged from the Marines, not honorably discharged, because of a medical thing.
Oh, so he's a Marine who's not actively serving. Gotcha.
Yes. So he got medical discharge. Yes, I did the talk with her when she was like 7, just to make sure.
Damn.
I did not want her having little vile babies anytime soon, because every woman in her mom's family, or every firstborn daughter in her mom's family, had gotten pregnant before they turned 20. So I was really trying to make sure that doesn't happen. And so far, she turns 19 today, and I've been successful up until now. So we'll see if we're going to remain successful.
Clock is ticking now. 1 year left.
So, Eliu, do you want to try to do one?
My hair is messed up.
So is mine. I haven't. Look at me.
And Mrs. Vile's here. So everyone say hi to Mrs. Vile.
Hello, Mrs. Vile.
Before the stream, the younger Vile child was here, but she disconnected, and I don't know why. So hopefully she'll be able to come so she can do the video too. I've been trying to get her on her own to do a video since she does TikTok videos all the time. But apparently when I asked her to do one for me, for her sister, she kept forgetting.
Let me comb my hair. Hang on.
And I also want to thank Bird, because Bird already sent me his video. So I have his ready to go. And I got like 2 others ready to go. But I'm waiting for a few more. Plus, I haven't done my own yet because I figured mine can be last. And yeah, LDG, I'll expect you to do one too while wearing one of your little teenage girl filters. Because it wouldn't be, or it's more funny for you to be doing it with a filter on.
Well, I'm sorry. I just got here. What are we doing? Orgy?
We are. Okay, do you see the title for the video?
No. Yes.
Oh, shit.
CNA stream 137. Let's make a video for Katty's birthday. Oh. Okay, 1 second. I think I got my European bathing suit here somewhere.
But yeah, I'm going to try to get everyone to do say happy birthday to the vile child while on screen. That way I can give her a little present that doesn't really cost me much other than time and effort and money.
Oh, did not sound sweet.
Well, and I mean, in all honesty, Vilemike, the things that you make, I feel, have much more impact than those things that you can just buy. You know, so.
Yes, thank you for putting that in the chat.
Oh yeah, I'm doing double duty here. So.
So yeah, originally the plan was to go to a place called Corvette Diner here in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
It was originally a part of a set of restaurants that all had a old car theme.
Oh.
There was Corvette Diner. There was T-Bird Diner. There was another one that I can't remember the name of, but Corvette Diner is the only one that survived. And in recent times, it has not only moved from being from downtown San Diego to more of some of the outskirts of downtown San Diego, but it's also more of a Dave & Buster's now. So they've got a large arcade area.
I see.
And the cool part for me is, because me and Katty collect them, last time we went, we got the pressed penny machine, pressed pennies, because they got a pressed penny machine. But
the only thing good for pennies.
Pretty much. That's the only reason I don't want to get rid of the pennies is because I collect those.
Now, when you go and get them pressed, are they in like different designs too?
Yeah, they actually, because the materials made for them are so malleable, all they need is a little bit of pressure and it'll form whatever, you know, thingamajig is on the die.
Oh, okay.
I'd show one of the ones a friend of mine got me, but it already is all corroded and I got to clean it up. But I might have something I could show. I just got to find it. Remember, I'm streaming from the car in Mexico.
No worries. I mean, I didn't mean to put you on the spot or anything.
No. I've got a little one that I keep in the car for the ones I'm currently collecting because the last time we went. So let's see. Let me see if I can pull one out. Once they're in the case, they're sometimes hard to pull out.
Right.
Aaron, let me I'll go ahead and turn the camera on for a second. Sorry. But here we go. I don't know if you can see that, but that's one of the ones I got from SeaWorld San Diego on the youngest Vile child's birthday. We call him Turtle J online. We went to SeaWorld for his birthday, and that's where I got that one.
It looks like a roller coaster.
It is. It's for their roller coaster called the Electric Eel.
Okay.
Which is the one I nearly died on.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, the two younger Vile daughters, they wanted me to go on with them. But I'm a big fat guy, as you can kind of see. And the little overhead thing didn't quite close for me because of my big ass gut. So they had a little extender thing that they clip on to the belt and they clip on. So it gives you an extra 6 inches or so. And they installed that so I could actually fit into the thing and have it closed down on me.
Mhm.
The problem is they forgot to actually secure the extender part to the base of the seat.
Mm.
So right when it went upside down, the bar holding me down went up.
Oh, Jesus.
And
Yeah.
so I'm upside down, and the only thing that held me down was my own expansive girth from falling out of the roller coaster.
Otherwise, you'd end up like this.
Well,
Otherwise, I
now,
ended up dead.
now you know why Kevin
Yeah.
Smith doesn't fly anymore, okay?
And the funniest part about it was the people who behind me who actually saw this were freaking the fuck out more than I was. And when we actually stopped, of course, my kids who were sitting in front of me didn't see this happen.
Oh, man.
So they didn't understand why all the attendants rushed towards me at the end of the ride. Like, are you okay? Are you okay? I was like, I'm fine. I'm fine. And of course, one of them just goes, please don't sue us. We'll all lose our jobs. We only make minimum wage. We can't afford to lose our jobs. Please don't say anything. I was like, don't worry. It's okay. I survived. And of course, I could have sued and I could have made a bunch of money off of it, but that would have cost everyone working that ride and everyone in that area to probably lose their jobs or worse. And to me, that wasn't worth it.
Yeah, for me, I'd just be like, look, just let my kids go on one more time for free and just make sure they're secure. I mean,
yeah.
But,
oh, and yes, the girls went ahead and rode it like 3 more times without me.
oh, of course.
Of course. Okay, I think I'm ready now.
You're all beautified?
Prim and proper.
Yes.
And Jordan goes, you would be like that one guy in the show 911. Pretty much. I don't know what you're referring to, but I'm guessing you're right. All right.
There was
I'm going to put you on solo.
1 second.
And there you go. Go.
Oh, hey, happy birthday, Katty. I just want to tell you something that you actually would be familiar with. You know, as those flowers are all made sweeter by the sunshine and the dew, so this old world is made brighter by the lives of folks like you. Happy birthday, Katty. That is from Bonnie Parker's gravestone.
I think she'll appreciate that because she's a huge Bonnie and Clyde fan.
That's why I said, hang on. I'm not ready yet. Okay, now I'm trying off this damn camera.
Yeah, I don't like running my camera either if I can prevent it, unless I'm at the storage unit, because that way I can show off all the toys behind me.
Dude, when you get here, we're going to have to go flea market shopping, okay? You got to get here on Saturday.
When I get to San Francisco?
Yes, you got to be here on a Saturday so we can go flea market shopping. $30, you can make about $150 on eBay.
About the same here. If I might try to get Mrs. Vile to take me to a certain place that she took me once when I didn't have any cash. Except, of course, I now have lost my cash that I brought down with me this week. So even then, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, there's this place in the Mission District that the cops don't like people selling stuff on the sidewalks. But as long as there's no fights or anything going on, the cops won't say jack shit. It's like 2 whole blocks of sidewalk sales and one little lot.
The bar broke on the roller coaster and it stopped upside down, and he was screaming and yelling, hanged on until a rescue team showed up. Right about when they were gonna grab him, he let go. No, at least the roller coaster didn't stop while I was upside down. I will at least say that. So, hey, LDG, do you want to do one of these or no?
Give me a minute.
All
I'll be fine. Give me a minute to do something.
And Positive Candor, how you doing?
Still recovering.
Oh, you don't sound too good. Hopefully you're, as you said, recovering.
Yeah, I'm still sick. Been sick all year.
Wait, does that mean I have a chance to name that tune?
Of course.
Oh, there's a chance.
Right.
Yeah. I was diagnosed with chronic heart failure, and I've been sick ever since, basically.
Oh, dude.
Oh, damn. What do they got you on?
Entresto right now.
I'm not too familiar with that one. It must be one of the newer ones.
It's,
Yeah, it's like it's a combination of two different.
Oh, that's probably why. I hate it when
they
they combine two things and just give it a whole new name.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful about the new drugs the doctor prescribes you. I'm like, is this pharmaceutically beneficial for you and your practice, or is this beneficial for me? You gotta be careful about that, man. When the doctor gives you medication, ask. Be right back. Because some hospitals and doctors get paid to promote certain drugs.
Well, I don't think it happens nearly as much as you think it does, especially in the poorer hospitals. But in the richer hospitals, absolutely. Especially for-profit hospitals.
Yeah. And it is a fact. It's not a rumor. Hospitals do make money for promoting certain drugs. Not conspiracy theory. It's fact.
Well, there wouldn't be for-profit hospitals if that wasn't the case.
True.
And Indie Tiger says, I'm out and about, but wanted to stop in and say happy birthday, Katty. So I will save that recording of me saying that, and I will put it in the video, Indy. What's funny is I've also sent messages to some of her friends, so hopefully they might stop by too. Just to say hi. So you might have some new people being like, why the hell are these young people on this channel all of a sudden?
Who are these youngins coming around here?
Hey, you little whippersnapper! Get off my lawn!
You get off my damn lawn before I get out the shotgun and kill cops.
Well, I'd never try to kill a cop only because they're better armed.
Oh, so you didn't like that song Cop Killer?
I'm in... All right, hold on. And Not Ryan Johnson says, hello out there in YouTube land. Let me do that again. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello out there in YouTube land. Happy birthday, Katty.
Excuse me.
And I will also save that one for the video. But yeah, remember, in California, all I have is my single 20-gauge shotgun loaded with rock salt rounds. That ain't going to really kill a cop. Not that I would want to.
I just stop and power at 15, 20 feet.
So what else is new with you guys?
Gonna explore the Denver airport in about a week.
Explore the airport?
You know, the mysteries of the Denver airport, the murals and the paintings and stuff.
Oh, the airport you have out there is basically a museum in certain areas.
No. I'm going to be. I have a 2.5 hour layover in Denver, so I'm going to be wandering around the Denver airport and checking out some of the murals and paintings and stuff.
Oh, I see. Because Lindbergh Field out here in San Diego has certain areas that are basically like museum setups. In fact, one of the things they have, because it is Lindbergh Field, and this is where the Spirit of St. Louis aircraft was actually built here in San Diego.
After Charles Lindbergh, obviously.
Yeah. That's, as I said, that's because the Spirit of St. Louis was built here in San Diego.
Yeah, I'm going to see the Spirit of St. Louis next week when I go to the Air and Space Museum.
Well, they have a recreation of it at Lindbergh Field.
Isn't it in the Smithsonian or something like that? Or Wright
Yeah.
Patterson? One of
Yeah,
those
it's
places?
Smithsonian.
Or is it at the Wright-Patterson too?
No, the Spirit of St. Louis is at the Smithsonian in DC.
Okay.
And he
So,
wasn't the first person. He wasn't the
or
first
do they have multiple? Do they have multiple copies of it in other places?
They have replicas, but the original is hanging on from the ceiling of the Smithsonian. But Lindbergh was not the first to fly.
No, he wasn't the first person to fly it because they had someone else fly it to him.
Yeah, Nunzer and Coley were the first to fly. Lindbergh didn't.
Yeah, Lindbergh just took the credit.
Yeah, he was like 37th person to do it by himself.
Yeah. Well, didn't he didn't fly alone, right? He had a navigator with him, didn't he?
No, he actually did it by himself. But he was like the 37th person to do it. And that's why the conspiracy about his kid got kidnapped, because he was being threatened to actually go forth public. It's like, no, I don't want to be the face of this. Then his kid got kidnapped, and all of a sudden the pressure went back on him. Kid got found, and then all of a sudden he's still the first person to fly solo. Like, bullshit. History's bullshit.
All right. It says here, according to Wikipedia, there
are.
Oh, they cite the sources, so it's okay. A reproduction built for the 1956 movie Spirit of St. Louis is on display at the Wings of the North Air Museum in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. The San Diego Air and Space Museum built a non-flying example that was fitted with the original J5 engine, which is on display at the San Diego International Airport, aka Lindbergh Field, which is the one I was telling you about. And there's also another reproduction at the St. Louis Lambert International Airport, the Octave something Aerospace Museum at another word I can't pronounce, Illinois. And there's two reproductions found in Germany, one at the Frankfurt International Airport and a second one at the Luftfahrt Museum in Hanover.
George, to answer your question, I'm going to Washington, D.C. for a couple of days.
So obviously it's probably the number one reproduced plane ever, right? Pretty much. For a single kind of a plane. No other plane has been reproduced that many times, has it? That's a famous plane. I said no other plane has been reproduced as many times as that single plane, then basically, right?
I'm not sure.
I mean, what other famous plane is there?
Well, there's of course the Kitty Hawk.
Okay.
The Bell X-1.
Okay, so maybe that one. That would definitely be in the Space Museum or whatever.
Yeah.
Is the Wright brothers at Kitty Hawk or at Smithsonian?
Yeah, but it has been reproduced as more times for the Kitty Hawk plane than the Spirit of St. Louis, or no? Because it sounds like the Spirit of St. Louis has been reproduced, like you said, about a good 5 times there or so. It seems to be pretty much.
Here it is. The Wright brothers plane is at the Smithsonian.
Yeah. And how many times has that been reproduced? I'm sure it's at Kitty Hawk too. Obviously, it has to be.
Yes, I'm looking over here.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
The International Air and Space Museum.
I mean, they got to have a reproduction around Kitty Hawk somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Has to be.
Jordan asked, Elias, since you're going to DC, I'm assuming list of politicians I want you to slap. Also, piss on the It's building for me. I'm assuming he means the Congressional House or something.
You mean Capitol Hill? Congress?
Yeah.
I'm staying 5.5 blocks from the White House, so I can easily piss on that.
What up? You in DC right now?
No. Next week I'll be in DC.
Oh, really? Where are you going to?
Smithsonian. I'm going to wander around the museums for a couple days, take a city tour.
Okay.
Oh, he means the IRS building.
Oh,
Oh, I don't think my tour's going to stop by that building. It's going to stop by the
I've only
FBI
been to-
museum and
I've only been to
the Spy museum. I
DC,
know that. I
I've
don't
only
think
been to
it's gonna
DC
stop by that
once. I went in.
Sorry, I
second
couldn't hear you,
congress-
Condor. What'd you say?
I said when I was in DC, I was in the Navy still. I was interviewing for a position there because they have a hospital corpsman basically that takes care of all the congressmen. So I was interviewing for that specific position there in DC. So I was inside the congressional building for that. And that was the only time I've ever been to DC. I just remember it being number one, all the streets being diagonal, basically. And back then, obviously, nothing was blocked off like I'm sure it is now around the
Hey, honey.
White House.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, there's supposed to be one spot the state of the White House since that street is blocked off.
Yeah, I mean back then, yeah, you could just kind of because drove by the White House for the hell of it. Didn't
Yeah,
go inside.
before World War II, you can walk up to the White House, knock on the door, and say, "Can I speak to the president?" Sure, come on in. Now, good luck.
So yeah, that was probably, gosh, had to be, I would guess in there sometime in the '90s when I went there.
Let's see. I went when I was about 12, 13, maybe 14-ish. I can't remember how old I was. Because we were driving from San Diego to Virginia for my sister's graduation. And we stopped in D.C. for the day and went to a bunch of the places. The only place we didn't go to that I wanted to go to was the Smithsonian because the line was incredibly long. It was like the only
Well, I
place where
remember-
there was a line.
Yeah,
the
that's
main
why.
thing,
That's why
the
you need.
main thing I remember is that the traffic from the Virginia side just to the Maryland side took forever to get into Maryland. But once I got into Maryland, because I mean you could see the Pentagon from the highway. Obviously, it's I think it's off to the left if you're going north, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it took. I mean, we left. God, we must have left at like 3 a.m, and we still didn't get there until like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning or some shit like that because of the. I mean, the traffic was crawling basically on the Virginia side of I guess that's 95 still. But then I remember once you got into Virginia, you go through Chevy Chase, Maryland, I should say. This is the first time you hit this Chevy Chase, and then you go to, and then we went to Bethesda as well. That's where the Navy, there's a naval hospital there in Bethesda. And then we came back to DC from there. But yeah, I just recall that the traffic was crawling and really terrible just getting there. And then we had to pay for parking at a freaking grocery store in Maryland, which I thought was wild. This is obviously wild to pay for freaking parking at a freaking grocery store. But I guess that's how bad parking was there or something. I don't know if they still, I imagine they still do that kind of stuff there, but I don't know. You know?
I'm used to just paying for parking baseball games.
Well, obviously you pay for parking at any entertainment venues, but paying to park at a freaking grocery store?
That's Hollywood.
I was like, yeah, I was like,
Beverly
holy
Hills.
crap.
Yeah, that's Beverly Hills for you.
Yeah, I was like, holy crap, what have I walked into, you know?
Well, I can tell you that here in San Diego, near some of the beaches, places like Albertsons or
I mean,
CVS or something
is
that have
Horton
paid parking.
is Horton Plaza? I remember that in San Diego when I was stationed there. Is Horton Plaza still? You got to pay for parking there at Horton Plaza or what?
You know what? I don't even know if Horton Plaza is really. I'm checking up on it.
What is Horton Plaza?
It's like
It was
in
a
the
mall.
downtown part.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a mall in the downtown part of San Diego, if I remember correctly. Um, I just remember there was all kinds of poor people pushing around their little grocery carts around there and stuff like that.
I don't
Uh,
do
Yeah,
malls. That's
no,
why I don't do Pier 39.
I was checking to make sure, and yeah, the mall was actually started being demolished in 2020.
Oh, so they ain't even there no more. Wow.
Yeah, that's because Nordstrom went out of business and Macy's closed, and because of that, they didn't have enough money. So I knew that it was closed, but I didn't know if it actually started demolishing yet because I don't go downtown all that often anymore. And yeah, it apparently demolishing it started in 2020, which I'm not going to complain about because that mall was freaking horrible. The layout was stupid. It was very it was very 80s. Let's just put it that way. In the way it was designed.
Yeah. Do you go to Coronado Island at all? Do you go to Coronado Island?
I go up
Or
for it
can you?
occasionally. If I'm going to the beach, I usually go to Silver Strand, which is the man-made little section that connects Coronado Island to the mainland.
And what is the one? What is the one? Is it International City or something like that that has nothing but car dealerships all over it? Is that what I'm
Yeah,
thinking of?
National City. Yeah,
Okay, National City. Okay, I knew it was
it, it
something like that.
it's famous for the quote-unquote mile of cars, which is funny because the signage still says mile of cars, even though it's more like 5 miles of cars.
Yeah, it's easily nothing but cars for as long as you can see the car
Yeah,
dealerships.
it is it's a massive road that just has dealerships on either side everywhere for about 5 miles.
Okay, and then then I would go obviously to the 32nd Street Naval Base.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still there? I'm guessing.
Oh, that's still there.
Okay, and of
That was
course,
where when I was a kid, my dad would take
Miramar,
me and my brother to get haircuts all the time.
and then of course Miramar is still
Yeah,
off of 15, right?
yeah, but it's it's no longer a naval base. It's been a Marine Corps base for like the last 20-25 years.
Okay. So what? So Top Gun not there no more or whatever, or is that somewhere else?
Oh, Top Gun hasn't been there. Top Gun moved to like I want to say Kentucky or something.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Wow. To Kentucky. Holy shit. Okay. And then Camp Pendleton's still around there, right?
Oh yeah. Actually, when I worked for an HVAC company, we got the contract to actually update all the air conditioning and heating systems at Camp Pendleton. So I used to be very familiar with there, and I actually had a little security badge that allowed me to go on base and go to certain areas of the base as long as I was driving a company truck.
And then, of course, SeaWorld is still there in San Diego, right?
Yes, but they no longer have orcas.
Oh, okay. They just have dolphins and the beluga whales and whatnot, basically.
Yeah, they have dolphins, bottlenose, and speckled, and I can't remember the other one. But none of those are the smaller dolphins, the ones that are able to have exist in smaller tanks. The orcas are all gone now because ever since the Blackfish documentary.
Yeah. Okay. How about that?
And I was wrong. It says right here,
They still,
the transfer in 1996, the transfer of NAS Miramar to the Marine Corps is coupled with the integration of Top Gun into the Naval Strike and Air Force Warfare Center at NAS Fallon in Nevada.
Oh, that's where Top Gun's at now? In
Yeah.
Nevada? Okay. And then they still have, the Charlie can still take you to TJ, right? To Tijuana?
Well, it'll take you right next to the border, and you can walk across the border from there.
It's about 40 minutes trolley ride to San Ysidro, then you walk.
Yeah, because I remember taking the trolley from, I lived in Lemon Grove, took it from there to basically to TJ is what we call Tijuana.
Yeah, I know about the trolley because when I was in my 20s, I was so bored. I took public transportation from downtown LA, Tijuana, Mexico. It took me 8.5 hours. Public transportation.
Yeah. Well, you know.
You can do it. Downtown LA, Mexico. It is possible.
Actually, my friend Curtis used to do that all the time. He had a Disneyland pass. The bus to the trolley. He would take the trolley to the coaster. He'd take the coaster up to LA, and he'd take LA public transit to Disneyland. And he would do that like 2 or 3 times a month because he loved Disneyland.
All right. You still go
Howdy,
to the,
Dandelion.
the zoo.
If you want to come up and say a happy birthday message to the Vile Child, let me know.
The zoo is still right by Bethesda Naval Hospital, right?
Balboa.
Yeah,
and yes, both are located in Balboa Park.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Because the zoo was right behind the Naval Hospital where I was at for a little bit. I remember going there.
Actually, it's funny we're talking about Balboa Hospital. That was where the oldest Vile Child was actually born.
Oh, okay. That was where Katty was born?
Yep, she was born at Balboa Hospital.
All right. Is it still pink on the outside?
I have no idea. I haven't been there since I'm no longer a dependent.
Oh, okay.
Oh, come on, just a quick little video for Katty.
Let's see. I thought I'd show.
Yeah, maybe you can show her birth picture.
I thought I'd show this so you guys can know what we're talking about. This is the map for the trolley system. This map is not to scale, but the one you're talking about is the blue one at the very bottom, right here. That's the border. So.
Yeah, you got San Ysidro, McDonald's, then the border.
Pretty much. Now, where I live, right here, this trolley station right here called Grantville, that's the closest one to where I live.
Oh, I know about what town you live in now.
So you're close San Diego State, huh?
Yep. In fact, one of the cool things about the San Diego State University station, it is the only underground trolley station in the entire trolley map. All these are above ground except for San Diego State University. So if you ever want to if you live in San Diego and you want to pretend we have a subway, that's where you would go. So, and then the most recent construction, I don't know why I'm talking about this, is this extension on the blue line, which goes up to my old alma mater, UC San Diego. And everything basically from where it drops off on Old Town, everything here is now new within the last 10 years.
I'll be back in a few minutes. I need to make some more coffee and go Jaloja.
Hell yeah.
All right. All right. Well, in that case, Dandelion, what I'll do is I'll just read it out and I'll save it for the video. So hold on. Let me get rid of the trolley map. And Dandelion Fluff says, happy birthday to Katty. I'll save that part of me saying it for the video. Do you want to say happy birthday, Candor, or do you not want to be on camera?
No, I'll say happy birthday.
All right, let me go ahead and put you on
Oh, it ain't working.
solo.
It ain't working. My camera ain't working. Oh well. Oh well.
Well, I'll
Happy
still have you on
birthday,
solo.
Katty.
That way you can say it.
Happy
let
birthday,
me
Katty.
try it again without me talking. So hold on. Go ahead.
Happy birthday, Katty. That work?
All right.
Me, my pictures
That'll work.
In there anyway.
Avatar, yeah.
It was close enough. I don't know why my camera not working, but whatever.
Maybe it's just trying to save us.
Yeah, probably because it looked like crap anyway.
I'm shocked my camera still works sometimes. But let's see.
So you go down Highway 8, El Cajon and Lemon Grove and all that at all, or no?
Yeah. Oh, I'm in El Cajon all the time because for my day job, many of my Walmarts are in East County.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know El Cajon's first, and then Lemon Grove after that, and then I don't know what the hell is after that, but anyway.
Well, after you finish, after you finish dinner, Yvette, come up online so you can say happy birthday to the Vile Child. But go ahead, Candor. Sorry about that.
No, I was just going to say, I know when I lived in Lemon Grove when I was stationed there at Balboa. Yeah, and I would basically take the trolley from Lemon Grove to Balboa, pretty much until I got a vehicle, and then of course my vehicle got broken into, and the radio got taken out of it. But you know, that's San Diego, that's California for you, I guess.
Well, that's certain areas of San Diego, and Lemon Grove is one of those areas, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it is, unfortunately. But whatever.
But yeah, there are some areas of San Diego that I used to live in. I used to live in an area called Lakeside, which is near El Cajon. And it was common for people's cars to get broken into if they left change in their cup holder.
That sounds like Vista.
Yeah, Vista was pretty bad at, back in the day, but now it's not so much.
Oh.
Same with Otay. Otay used to be really bad, but now it's like one of the most expensive areas of San Diego, ironically.
Yeah, I used to live in Vista when I worked at a Walmart down there.
Yeah, and to be extra confusing, San Diego both has a town called Vista and a town called Chula Vista. So
yeah, I remember Chula Vista more than Vista.
Vista, Ensenada, Oceanside, yeah, North County.
Vista's North County. Chula Vista's South Bay.
Yeah. Damn, it's been a while since I've been down.
Although one of the funny things someone asked me when I was telling them about San Diego, this was one of my family members back in Texas. I explained to him we have a North County, we have an East County, and we have South Bay. And he goes, well, why don't you have a West County or something?
Because west is the ocean, right?
That's what I had to explain to him. I said, west is the ocean. He's like, yeah, but what's the area right before the ocean?
The beach?
The city. We got the city right there. And he goes, oh, okay. But you're talking about someone who's lived in an area where they have North Texas, East Texas, South Texas, West Texas. He was just like, I don't understand why there's not a West.
Yeah. Texas is weird with the highways. I don't know if you've been to Texas with the highways.
Yeah,
many times.
You only can get off one way when you get off of the highway, it's like a one way thing only. As far as the road, the service road is only going the same direction as the freaking highway. So so basically, which is I guess why they got them goofy whatever loop things they call
Yeah.
the turnarounds or whatever the hell they're called. But still, it's like, man, you got to go extra to get to something either on the opposite side or whatever, and then use the little turnaround to frickin' go back and shit. It's like you can't cut across like to me normal. Like you know, you have frickin' service road going both ways, not just one way. I mean, Texas is frickin' backwards, man.
That's why I say the
Well-
best thing to come out of Texas is I-10 East and West.
I was waiting for you to say the joke, but yeah. Some of those areas just don't make much sense for someone like who doesn't live in Texas, because there's an entire area of where my family lives out in Texas where every road is called farm to market, and they just have a little.
Yeah, they're all named that. They're
And it's like,
all the goofy little highways are named farm to market. You know,
Kind of like
Well,
in Atlanta, everything's peach this, peach that, peach this, peach that.
well, it was just like one of my cousins trying to tell me how to go to one of my other cousins' places. It was like, you take farm to market 1 to farm to market 2. You take farm to market 2 to farm to market 4, 5, 6. You take farm to market 4, 5, 6 to 8, 9, 10. And what's even worse is some of them are like, well, farm to market 10 south only goes north. I'm like, then why is it called south? It's like, well, because it heads south. But if you can only travel on it going north. And then you're going to go to farm to market, 16 west, 16 south. Does that one only go south too? It's like, no, that one goes east west. Like, if it's called south, why does it go east west? It's like, because that's just how it's named.
Yeah, they're very backwards in Texas. You
At least they have Whataburger. That's a good thing.
Yeah, they do have Whataburger.
Just about everybody has a Whataburger now.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
They do not make any Whataburgers west of New Mexico.
Arizona has Whataburger.
Okay, but those are recent.
So it's getting closer. It's only one state away now.
Hey, I grew up on Whataburger in Arizona.
They've said they will not go to California for some reason.
Yeah, because of In-N-Out.
Yeah, probably because of In-N-Out. And
How you
Jack
doing,
in the
Jordan?
Box. Is Jack in the Box still there?
Oh, yeah.
Mexico?
Jack in the Box headquarters is here right in San Diego.
Which one's you, Vet?
Hey, I got something for you, the Katty thing. You said you wanted our cameras on?
Yeah, let me put you on solo real quick.
All right.
All right, you going to turn the camera on, or are you just going to leave the
I'm
grill
trying
on?
to. It's not letting me.
Huh?
It's letting me mute myself, but it's not letting me turn the camera on. Here, let me try this.
Are you running your camera through OBS like I am?
No.
Oh. I thought maybe that was a problem.
Here, let me try this here.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Ow.
Jordan, let the kid do it. The kid knows more about computers than you do.
Probably.
Yeah, I was having the same issue. So,
Oh, we lost him.
all right, maybe he's restarting or something.
Well, he's still connected. It just says devices are not connected anymore. So that means he probably accidentally unplugged his mic.
Grant your computer permission to use your mic and cam.
I'm sure he'll figure it out.
Yeah. I just gotta wait for Yvette to finish drugging her mom and come up here.
And she said she's making dinner.
Well, she's either making dinner or drugging her mom. Either or.
And I warn you, Yvette, Mrs. Vile made it clear last night she wants to try to go to London again. So, or at least the UK. So we might be going there at some point, and we want you to house us and feed us while we're there, so we don't have to get a hotel.
Go to Alaska. Go to Alaska, man.
Why would I want to go to Alaska?
Because it's better than Hawaii.
No, I don't want to go to Alaska.
Really, Alaska's better than Hawaii? Really?
I enjoyed my trip to Alaska more than I did enjoy my trip to Hawaii.
Why was it raining in
No.
Hawaii?
No, it was sunny and partly cloudy and warm in Hawaii, but I actually enjoyed my trip better in Alaska. I had more fun in Alaska.
Okay. Well, it was probably obviously way more open and diverse of a
Oh yeah.
climate, obviously. I mean, you got trees everywhere versus, I guess, hotels everywhere.
Yeah. Fairbanks, second largest city in Alaska. Coming in from the air, I'm like, hey, that little spot of lights is a city? Wow, it's a huge city. 3 minutes to drive through downtown. If you get all red lights.
Yeah, I'm sure it was way less
Right.
crowded than Fairbanks
I thought I'd
versus
do a check.
Honolulu or
See,
wherever you.
what has a larger population, Alaska or San Diego?
San Diego.
And San Diego, if you include San Diego County, has a population of approximately 3.5 million. Alaska has a total population as of 2020 being 730,000.
Yeah.
So yeah, San Diego alone has more than 3 times the population of Alaska.
Wow. I guess it's time to move to Alaska, huh?
Well, that's
yes,
what he was saying. I have no interest in
yes,
going to
the state of
Alaska.
Alaska does give you money to live there. It is a fact. It is true.
So you're moving there, is what you're saying.
Now, if I get my SSDI switched over there, yeah, I'd move to Alaska in a heartbeat. But it'd take me 7 months to get my SSI switched over to a different state.
You got it working yet, Jordan?
Nope, it doesn't like me. I don't know what the hell it is. Maybe if I back out of the studio and go back in.
All right, give it a. Okay, you already giving it a shot.
Okay.
Tell them to give it a shot.
Do they allow? I would guess they allow marijuana there, right? In Alaska.
Yeah, it's
Or-
recreational.
Okay, so anybody can. It's not just medical only, right?
No, Hawaii is medical. Alaska is recreational.
Okay, hey, there you go. That's no wonder you like Alaska better.
Well, the Alaska weed sucks. It's not as strong as everybody says it is. It's weak and it's pedantic. Hey, I didn't like it. I like California weed better.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you always can, buy it from California and have Amazon ship it to you or something like that, or whatever.
Yeah, my camera just doesn't want to work today.
All right, well we'll do it without the camera. So, but I'll still put you on solo.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
All right.
Let me know so I can hit mute.
Yeah. So you would live in Fairbanks or Anchorage or where exactly?
Right. Well,
if you did?
hold on. Bird of Prey just joined the chat, so we got to be quiet so Bird can do his thing.
Hello world, it's Bird Prey 5, Cuppa.
How you doing, Bird?
Hello.
Hey, I'm ready.
All right, I'm going to put you on solo.
He's ready for his close-up.
Alrighty, Caddy. I got something very special for you. Name's Caddy.
Uh-oh.
Come on, sing it.
I don't remember the happy birthday.
Happy
song.
birthday, his song.
I don't remember it.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Caddy. Happy birthday to you.
Hey,
There
you go.
Thank you so much, Mini Jordan. What is the moniker for the Gorilla Random Thoughts brood?
Mini?
Yeah, we got because for the Birds family, they're all the O'Prey. We got Sis O'Prey, nephew O'Prey, mom O'Prey. For the Vile family, we have Mrs. Vile, Vile Style, Vile Child. What's the moniker for your kids or family?
Pain in the ass one.
I did not do that, I swear.
Are you sure? That sounds like you did.
I did not kick him out. It now says devices are not connected, so that's funny. I did not do that to him.
Hey, what happened to LDG?
I don't know. I'm sure he's lurking somewhere. He's not in the back room.
It's been kind of quiet.
He's not in my back room.
Yeah, I'm like, it's quiet. Where is he?
I think he's working on a top secret project.
Does this start with a P?
It might.
Damn it. Stop messing with that popcorn maker.
I have a feeling that human beings will have a colony on Mars before that P word is ready.
Yeah, NASA gave up on that in the 80s, okay?
Listen, all I know is somebody won the $1 billion lottery, and now LDG isn't coming to stream much.
Well, it was in Maine. Unless he lives in Maine, then I doubt it.
Or Burlingame, so yeah.
So yeah, it was a person in Maine that won it. So unless he went to Maine and back real fast, then yeah, it wasn't him.
Yeah, Alaska doesn't have the lottery system.
Well, Jordan is saying in the private chat, because he's still connected to the StreamYards, he's just, devices are not connected. He said StreamYards has been acting up ever since I went off the show. So apparently it's a StreamYards and his computer issue. So he can still message us in the private chat if he wants to, because he's still connected. I don't know if you guys can see him, but I can see him.
I've had that issue at times when the camera I have selected is like a virtual camera from OBS or something, and OBS isn't running. It causes issues. I have to change my camera to an actual camera. Then it usually works.
Yeah, what's funny is I have the exact opposite issue. If I'm running OBS, I seem to have less issues than I do when I'm running my camera just straight from the computer. Which is why I tend to run the little OBS camera just with my avatar. That way, if I want, I can just switch to the video real quick and turn it off.
So, Mike, are you on a diet and craving some sugary snacks? Happened to M. It's just one.
Here we go.
Well, I saw him. There he is.
There he is. And his camera was working for a second.
Oh, I turned it back off, but
So at least your camera's working now.
yeah. No, ever since I went off on that show Velma, this thing's been acting up.
So you're gonna redo your birthday greeting? Now you got the camera working?
Yeah. Yeah, it's working now.
Full screen them.
Oh, well, Minnie's gone now, and I got everything torn apart in the house. I still got to fucking mop the fucking living room.
Mop the living room. Oh, wait, okay. I'm like, wait, you have hardwood floors. Okay. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I got hardwood floors.
Yeah, I got oak floors.
Oh.
They're probably about 60 years old, but they're oak.
I hate hardwood floors.
It's either he has hardwood floors or he's just that good with Mrs. Gorilla.
There is no Mrs.
I was just making a joke. So
people are saying that YouTube is cracking down on smoking on stream, and I have not seen anything related to YouTube customer service or terms and conditions that say they're cracking down on people smoking weed and cigarettes on stream. That is not true. It's not in the YouTube policies. That's a rumor going around, by the way.
YouTube, with the as YouTube
be
ever
fair,
about their own policies.
they kind of, I don't know that they're cracking down, but they did reinforce their policy that you're not supposed to do it on camera.
What?
Well,
Bullshit.
on the CNA stream with the entire 240 or 277 subscribers I have right now, I really don't think they care. So, as for now, the CNA stream is still going to be for caffeine, nicotine, and alcohol on stream.
Yeah, there's this stream that I actually follow. It's called Smoke and Scam. The whole point of the show is smoke weed while watch police chases that are happening live right now. That's his whole thing. And YouTube is actually going to crack down on this. He's going to lose his channel.
It wasn't tobacco smoke.
No.
That was the issue. It was technically they say drug use, but I've never seen it been enforced.
Yeah, because this whole thing is smoke and scam. He smokes weed, watch police chases. That's his show.
Yeah, it's like if you're going to bust us for doing drugs, I mean, you might as well bust me for having caffeine. So
Caffeine. Alcohol's a drug as well.
Yeah.
This whole stream has to do with legal drugs.
Caffeine, nicotine, alcohol, or a joint.
Ooh, that reminds me. I need to go re-up today. Thank you, Elihu. I just realized I was like looking around, like, why am I not smoking? Oh, that's right, because I finished it last night. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Sorry,
apparently I got some Iceland currency here. I was wondering what the hell a kroner was, but apparently it's from Iceland, and it's worth approximately it's worth 10 kroner, so it's worth about maybe 72 cents.
Damn. Elihu, you're on mute.
Oops.
I saw you laughing into the void.
Oh. Hey, there's no sound in space. There's no sound on the moon, okay? Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Hey, it got mistaken as a quarter, so I guess I'm up 20 or 47 cents. So.
Sorry, I got airplane going by.
That happens. You're by the airport. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Well, there's airports all over San Diego. It's kind of nuts. We got out in East County when I'm going at the storage unit, we got Gillespie Field right there. In Claremont Mesa, we got the airport there. Out and out Ramona, we have the airport there. We got another one up in Oceanside. So there's airports all over San Diego.
Oceanside is a small airport.
You got something in Carlsbad. That's a decent sized one.
Hold on, I'm responding to a friend of mine on so you guys talk real quick.
I need more coffee.
Well,
moonwalking.
yeah, apparently YouTube didn't like my short I made of my they only got 2 views versus everything else is getting like over 1,000.
I'm having a hard time with the shorts. I tried to upload a short instead of video on my computer. Can't find the shorts button. I use my phone. Can't find the shorts button. How the hell are people uploading shorts?
You just have to, it has to be portrait mode and it's got to be tagged.
Hang on, both you guys are talking. What?
There's no way to designate it as a short. It has to be short format. It has to be 9 by 16. So portrait mode from a phone. And you put shorts as a tag.
Okay, someone's got to walk me through that then.
Well, Elihu, what I do, Elihu, do you have an Android?
Yes.
Is yours an Android?
Well,
Okay, so on the bottom there, next to between the shorts and the subscription, there's a plus button. You hit that, and at the top it says create a short.
Hang on
That's
a second.
how I do it.
Let me go.
Yeah.
Let me open
Or
up
there's
YouTube.
also upload a video.
Okay. I just opened up YouTube. Let it load.
Well, I know from my laptop, I can, if I have DaVinci up and running, I can actually record a video. It'll make it that format, and I can upload it to YouTube and then later designate it as a short, as long as it's under 30 seconds.
Now,
Okay, so
I would like to.
Elihu, hit,
I got it, Jordan. Thank
Under a
you.
minute.
Jordan, I found it. Thank you.
Yeah, then you can upload your videos from there. If you click the little circle icon down in the lower corner, that should show you like all your videos there. That's
Got
how
it.
you upload them to the short.
Thank you.
Now, what were you saying, Cap?
I was going to say, I've actually tried the shorts as well. I will let you know, Elihu and everyone else here, that if you try and upload a short, because we were talking about cannabis and YouTube cracking down on drug use, I actually uploaded 2 potential shorts of me lighting up a bowl of weed and getting like the ASMR for it, and YouTube decided to age restrict both of them and not put them in the shorts column.
Wow.
So they're both.
I can understand them doing that though, because as long as if you don't click the button to specifically age restrict it, it'll do it for you because of that content.
Okay, yeah. I mean, mine's already set. All my content is set to no. This content is not made for kids. It never is.
Mine is. I just have adult. Could be made for.
And there's a difference between not set for kids and 18 plus, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When
True.
they age
Yeah, true.
restrict as 18 plus, nobody can see it unless they're logged in to
Oh.
a Google account, and there's
Okay.
Like, for instance,
absolutely
my-
zero.
Well, I'll do it for example. My own kids, the younger ones, if they were to click on this live stream, they could watch the video, but they cannot comment in the chat because it's age restricted.
Damn.
I see.
So
Well,
it's kind of interesting how that works.
okay. Well, I'll keep experimenting with the shorts and just see where the limit is when it comes to cannabis use and see what they're acceptable with and what are they not acceptable with. Like, are they okay with showing paraphernalia? Are they is it just the actual act itself? Like, I'll keep playing around with it.
Well, I have seen, because a certain friend of mine has been doing those videos, she's reviewing adult marital aids under that moniker of adult marital aids, not any common colloquial term. And
Right.
she's allowed, of course, to show them on her channel. But again, it's also age restricted.
But she cannot demonstrate how to use it on the channel, right?
No, she cannot demonstrate at all.
Damn.
And she can't demonstrate anything that is too lifelike. Let's put it that way.
Oh, for fuck's
She
sake.
can't show anything that's too lifelike.
So you got to use the banana.
No, what I mean is like she can show off. I don't know. I'm trying to think, like one that just looks like a bullet or something like that, but she can't really show one that's modeled after a certain star.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
I thought those were called bullets.
I'm trying to use language that won't get me in trouble.
Oh,
Well, let us use the language.
Back
We'll overlay it
massagers.
for you.
Remember,
Yeah.
they were sold as back massagers back then in the 60s.
what if you just said the name of the product, like the actual company that produces it? Is that going to get you in trouble?
She does that too. She does say that the name of the product and where you can get it, but she some of the places she can't put the links in because they're not allowed on YouTube.
Right.
It's
Well, I was
weird,
just
which ones-
Go ahead.
Sorry.
I was just referring to specifically your channel that we're talking right now, so as not to get you in trouble for this one.
Well, I'm not going to get in too much trouble, period, because I'm too small of a channel. No one gives a shit. It's not like they're going to promote this channel anyway because I've got less than 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah, I don't care about subscribers.
Oh, speaking of which, I'm going to subscribe myself to another cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Yeah, maybe if Mrs. Vile's still listening, she can start the coffee pot again and make me another cup of coffee. If she's not too comfortable. The last time I left, she was still in bed.
You know, that was one thing I liked about where I stayed in Fairbanks. One thing I didn't like about where I stayed in Fairbanks, the closest place to get coffee outside the hotel was Circle K. The bad thing was, 3 blocks later, it was cold.
That's why you need to get yourself your own little coffee cup. Hold on, let me show you the one I have. I have this one. Whoops, almost spilled. Well, spilled is empty. But this is an Arctic cup. I don't know if you guys can see the little logo right here.
Yeah, I have one of those, but I don't know where it is.
And I like this thing. It was given to me by one of my clients for my day job, Burt's Bees. That's why it has the Burt's Bees logo on it.
Mm.
And this thing, I'm not kidding. I've put hot coffee in it at 6 o'clock in the morning, and at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it is still hot.
Try taking that cup to minus 15-degree weather and minus 8-degree weather and see if it's still hot, okay?
I have no doubt that it would still keep it hot for at least an hour.
Still waiting for Yvette to come up here.
She's probably making food.
I hate eating right when I wake up.
I'll be back.
Somebody's dog's barking.
Yeah, there's a lot of dogs around here. But it stopped raining, so I rolled down the window so I could smoke again.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's clear right now. Partly cloudy. It stopped raining here as well.
But yeah, it's been raining. It rained pretty hard last night, but it's San Diego. I'm not going to complain. We need the rain. I mean, there's a certain reservoir out in East County that I have to drive past every week, and a couple of months ago, you could see how low the reservoir was because you know where the primary water level is. It makes a mark in the rocks and the terrain. It was like 25 feet low.
Wow.
And you could just see it from the freeway.
Parts of the city here got flooded.
Well, I'm sure there's certain areas that got flooded here too, but especially near the San Diego River. But I'm hoping I want to check next time I'm driving past if that reservoir is raised up because it looked bad when it was that low. Oh, that's cool. Bird changed his icon. We need to have an away button like that for StreamYards.
I lost my icon for the away.
Maybe I should make one for mine.
Well, if a bunch of you have away icons, would that make you guys an away team?
I'm not wearing red shirts.
It depends who's wearing the red shirt. Because I know my luck. I know who it'll be me.
So, have you guys watched anything recently that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I want to show you this real fast. This is funny.
Uh-oh.
Hang on, let me share the screen real fast.
Get me in trouble?
No, it's
Yeah,
kind
I
of
showed
funny.
his butt plug. Oh, you just got nailed with copyright.
Let's hope that it doesn't work that way. But that is
You told it for you, Mike. Waffle House combat set.
Wouldn't that be Denny's?
No, Waffle House has more fights than Denny's.
no. It happened. The thing he's referring to happened at a Waffle House. Do you know what they're talking about there, Jordan?
No. They
Hold
happen.
on.
How recently did it happen?
What time is it?
Oh, because I gotta say, the only thing I heard in the news this week was that cop over in Tennessee that got fired for gangbanging like 6 other cops in the police precinct.
Oh yeah.
And now the memes are everywhere.
I haven't seen that one. Sorry.
So you haven't seen the
Dang,
memes
I
of
tried to
that
mute
one
myself.
female cop there, and like the ones in the background next to a Five Guys and stuff like that.
Sorry, Jordan. I don't know what you're talking about. Damn it, Chris. Stop spamming me on Twitter. The Bad Bath Roundtable at 1 o'clock Pacific time today. Oh, what? Oh, okay. So just an update on the ISS. Everyone's safe. It's just a micrometeorite.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the video, but the only ones I can find are from news media, and I don't want to have their logo on it. Do you have the original somewhere, Elihu?
Sorry, what are you talking about? I was reading about the ISS.
The Waffle House one.
What about it? What are you looking for?
The original Waffle House chair video.
Oh, hang on a second. You mean the block in the middle chair thing? Yeah, hang on a second. I think I know where it is. Yeah, I found it. Hang on a second. I believe this is it.
Jordan, are you watching?
Yeah.
Is this it?
What is this craziness?
No, because that's the one.
Oh, you are wildin'. Oh. Come on, man.
That looks like someone's reaction to it, though.
There's the chairs.
That will seem fake because that lady did not get knocked down when she got hit with that chair. At least knock her on her
No, the
ass,
thing
I
is, she
think.
deflected it perfectly.
Yeah, it's called the Waffle House Wonder Woman. I can actually find it.
Yeah, but apparently she got fired.
Okay, I think I found it without the commentary. Maybe that shows it. Oh no, this is this argument. Never mind.
Yeah, I can't find the original, but I can find a whole bunch of other things talking about it, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
So
Reaction videos. That's it. I'm like, come on.
And none of them have the link to the original in the descriptions.
Nope.
Sorry, I'm sorry. That's just, if you're gonna do something like that, at least put the link to the original in the freaking description so we could,
Okay, check this one out here.
Yeah, and how does a fight even start in a Waffle House? I mean, usually you just sit there and mind your own damn business.
Check this one out.
You've never run into a Karen, have you?
To cover this kind of.
I've had a few internet Karen.
High quality, high functioning Waffle House crew, and it has to be covered. Let's get into it. So immediately we're thrust into an altercation. We don't know what's going on. All we know is that things are being tossed. We're having people ready to jump over the counter. Now notice the crew here. Let's take note of the crew. We have about 4 waiters and maybe 2 cooks. Now that's very good because it looks like it's nighttime. So
sorry, I'm muting the screen. Don't need to be hearing
muted.
the commentary.
It is muted. I did mute it.
I know, I muted the screen.
Oh, see? Oh. Yeah, I muted the tab right here, so there you go. This is the best one I can find without somebody's verbal comments on it, but this is the chair fight one. That's the best I can find. Sorry, dude.
Oh wait, Mike, you asked if I made any Karens?
That's what that figure was referencing, Jordan.
Yeah. Oh, I have met a Karen though, actually, when I was meat cutting that one day. Because no matter what piece I cut for her, it was never good enough. She kept asking me to slice more pieces. Finally, on about the 30th one there, I threw a piece down on her plate, paid for her meal, and told her to enjoy her fucking meal. But then people were surprised how patient I was. I made $150 in tips that night on a non-tipping job.
I hated working.
Yeah, because of my day job, I got to deal with Karens all the time, and it's annoying as hell.
You guys know the best way to piss off a Waffle House cook, right? When it's really busy, the best way to piss off a Waffle House cook is when it's really busy. Put it on a jukebox, play the Waffle House song where you have the waitress going, "Can I call? Can I call?" You mess with the cook big time. They're making orders that didn't even really exist. Can I call? Can I call? Call.
Alrighty. Well, Mike, I'm going to go ahead and dip out. I'm going to go re-up myself for some more of the substance that YouTube doesn't want me to share about.
All right.
I'm going to have to go here pretty soon, too, because I want to get to the...
No worries, guys.
My car's not working. I got to walk to the store and go get some cigarettes.
Oh.
All right.
How dare you put those legs to use?
Yeah. I got to walk a block and a half to get smokes.
Well, it's better than having to walk to work, though. I still have to walk to work on Monday, maybe. But, yeah, it's about a $2,000 fix.
Oh,
Because I've come to the conclusion engineers are retarded. They put a fucking relay box.
You talking bad about Bird? He's an
Now,
engineer.
not all of us.
Yeah, Bird. Speak up, man.
Okay, yeah, Bird, you're the exception. You wouldn't put a electrical relay box right next to the wheel of the car where all the dirt and mud and snow and water all splash into it.
Okay, to defend the engineers, they may not have had a choice because some people put their art designers ahead of the engineers. So the art designer draws something that looks nice, and they're like, "Yeah, make that." And it's not, the engineers can't say, "Well, that won't work." They're like, "Well, make it."
Like, who puts a electrical relay box right now, right where it's gonna get constantly wet?
The manufacturer of the car.
Yeah.
all right. Well, on that note, I'll see y'all later. Thanks for having me up, Vilemike.
Later.
Later, guys.
Later.
Because there's plenty of room right on top of the engine to put it.
You know, let's just ride a bike.
Well, I can't right now. It's the roads are ice covered.
Okay, electric scooter.
I don't have one.
They're cheap. Get it going for about $300 online.
Yeah, but will that take me to work and back but I have to go up and pick up the kit because there's some days I drive 100 miles just one way.
Yeah, your scooter won't last that far.
Because there's some days I have to go south 25 miles.
Your legs would
Then
work
I'll
that
have to
hard.
go. Then I'll have to go north there for. Let's see, 25 plus 15 is 40 miles. Then back southwest there for another would be 19 miles.
Just walk it.
Come on, I'm trying to.
Forrest Gump can run across country a couple times. You can walk it.
I used to walk home when I was working for the fishing company there. That was
I'll be right back.
21. Yeah, I walked 21 miles there. Then I get picked up by the guy who worked for the highway department there. I gotta say, I got some good mileage though. I got about 6 miles to a cigarette.
Not bad. Not bad. Good way to measure things, like we measure size in wash machines. Size of holes in wash machines. Hang on, I gotta respond to this on Twitter. Chris is spamming me again. Shit.
All right, so here we go. This might explain things. Can you guys see that?
Nope.
Barely.
All right, well, it's a picture of a tree swing.
Oh, I get it.
First, how the customer explained it. The second one, how the project leader understood it. Number 3 is how the engineer designed it. Number 4 is how the programmer wrote it. Number 5 is how the sales executive described it. 6 is how the project was documented. Number 7 is what the operators installed. Number 7 with the roller coaster is how the customer was billed. Number 8 is how the or whatever number that is. The next one is how the help desk supported it. And the last one is what the customer really needed. Oh, here we go. There you are.
There I am.
Hey, she showed up.
Yeah, I was rushing around so I could get on. Thank you very much. As for me being on camera after kitchen and drugging mother, yeah, you can forget it. You got my new top. However,
Right, well, hold on.
I will sing Katty happy birthday.
All right, let me put you in solo.
Wonderful. Okay.
Right, and there you go.
Thank you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Katty. Happy birthday to you.
Yay!
I'll be right back. I need to emoji again. This coffee's going through me.
Okay. You know, you love springing things on me, don't you?
Oh, only in the dirtiest ways. And now when Mrs. Vile brings me back my coffee, I'm going to have it spilled on me intentionally, especially
and I approve. Yes, Mrs. Vile, please go ahead. Please record the screams. And hello, everyone.
Hey, Yvette.
How's things going across the Atlantic?
Well, mega busy week. Was very glad Friday was over at about 8 p.m. my time. Yeah, and I kind of fell asleep, had a nap yesterday, and I had a nap today, which was very nice. It is nice to have an afternoon nap when you don't get them normally. And of course, Alexa woke me to cook dinner, so I was like, oh shit, I turned it on. Cancel.
I can't find the song.
Cancel!
Dinner sounds like Turn Around.
Cancel. Yes. Yeah,
Alexa, add a butt plug to my shopping list.
Yeah, all right. I'm on headphones.
Damn it.
So we got Elihu. Elihu's back in American proper territories, not Alaska. Positive Canada. We got Jordan and we got Bird. Where's LDG? I thought he's normally on.
He was here earlier, then he left without saying anything.
No idea what happened to the dude.
Well, how bloody rude is that?
He's Florida. He's hashtag Florida man. Go figure.
I hope Birdie didn't take offense to what I said, though.
Why? What did you say to Bird?
I didn't take offense.
Wait, you're talking about LDG, right?
He was talking about when he was mentioning the engineer quote.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was not talking about LDG.
Yeah. My stepmom used to be a software engineer as well as a hardware engineer for the Philips company. And what's funny is the engineers are tasked of creating something that may or may not be actually possible.
Ooh.
And they get blamed for everything if it doesn't work the way they want it to work, even though they're like, this isn't going to work the way you want it to. So yeah, I feel for Bird when he's talking about trying to defend the engineers. Because I remember her showing me a chip they were working on for a telephone. And the chip, they were like, okay, the chip has to do this, 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 and this. They're like, okay, if we have the chip do this, 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 and this, it's going to cost this. And they're like, no, you got to do it with 1/10 the budget.
I cannot change the laws of physics.
Or the cost of the stuff it takes to make them. my brain fell out my ear yesterday. I that's the best you're getting out of me. The stuff.
Darren's asking, who is Katty?
Oh.
Really, Darren? Where the
Seriously,
hell have
Darren?
you been?
All right, because Darren asked that, I'm just going to play the Vilemike theme song again. So hold on real quick.
Well, you all must have heard I'm a real nerd. People say I'm a fool, but they never got the news that I'm a vile one. Oh yeah, I'm a wild one. You better turn it up, better keep the channel down, cause you're watching Vilemike and his real wild child. Oh yeah, I'm a wild one. You better turn it up, better keep the channel down, cause you're watching Vilemike and his real wild child.
Question.
Answer.
Yeah, I'm going after you for false advertisement because the Vile Child's never on here anymore. So you're falsely advertising.
Well,
She does the videos, really.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
and she'll help out with videos once I get there. Hold on, I got to mute the thing again.
Did that answer your question, Darren? So, who is Katty? He's put again. Katty is the wild child, his eldest.
Yes. Are you referring to her real name? Or, since she's 18 now, I don't have a problem saying her real name. Her real name is Stephanie. She is named after me, if you guys don't know that.
So where'd the Katty come from then?
That's her. That was the online handle she chose. Like I chose Vilemike. She chose Katty Knight. So that's one of her online handles.
Okay.
And Yvette, I don't know if you noticed, but yes, it still says that because of the Patreon thing that you're one of the executive producers.
Thank you. Is it still? Did you get it? I asked you the last time to check because I changed phones and things were playing up, and I wanted to make sure you got it.
I forgot to check, so I can do that right.
Oh, great.
But yeah, because you and Captain Trek were the only patrons when I was offering that, that's why you guys are on there along with Mrs. Vile.
Aww.
So that's why it says the executive producers are you, Captain Trek, and Mrs. Vile. Well, it has a real name because that's what you wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, all the crap are talking at once again. Jeez, calm down, insects.
So where's your next trip then, Elihu?
Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Really? You picked
Are you
Washington,
for the
DC?
IRS building for me?
I don't know where the IRS building is.
Well, yeah, there's only 10 square miles. That could be.
What's this,
Yeah,
Darren's
right now it does not have you as a patron.
Right. Right. Okay. Now at least I know something went wrong. I wasn't 100%. That's why I asked you to check. Everything went horribly wrong when I changed my phone over. Patreon.
Well, you don't have to do it right now.
No, I know. Can you send me the Patreon link on an email for me so I can redo it?
Yes, I can. I'll do it after the stream when I because
yeah, no worries.
I don't usually use my Google account via my laptop. I usually use it on my phone.
Well, as long as you
And my
remember
Google-
to do it.
I'll have Mrs. Vile remind me because she's better at remembering stuff than I am.
Just write it down like I do. So why is Darren saying, I see Elihu was on that funeral procession of a live stream over on Biggerford last night.
We was doing a ranking of comic book villains, and I think he's upset because Amanda Waller beat up Joker.
Really?
That's just a foreign language to me.
Was it just DC or was it all villains?
It was all DC, Marvel. It was all based on comic book villains, not cartoons and movies, but comic books. That's why Thanos got booted in the first round, because in the comics, Thanos was a wimp. All he was a perpetual related death. That was it.
Yeah. In the comic books, hell, Squirrel Girl beat up Thanos. So
yeah, that's why Thanos got knocked out. I'm like, no, he was not in the comic version of Thanos. No way.
What a bunch of know-nothing, says Darren. Well,
let's see. If we were doing just
considering whose channel it on, I'm going to agree with Darren.
If we're talking about just DC villains, I don't even think Amanda Waller would be top of the DC villain list.
Well, it was
who the hell's that?
It was mixed.
DC. It's Superman to me.
Well, Amanda Waller is not really a villain per se. She's more of an anti-villain. So
Don't compare her to Dean.
She's basically a government agent that has no superpowers, but she has government bureaucracy on her side, and she uses that to harass superheroes and coerce villains into doing good things.
Oh, lovely. So, a bit like Homelander, maybe.
Yvette, did you see Suicide Squad or any of the Suicide Squad movies?
No. They have better time.
Did you see the end of Black Adam?
Cooking in a kitchen, and I hate cooking in a kitchen.
Now I'm getting hungry.
You can read that. You can read the last one Darren put.
You are now several decimals dumber for having appeared there, if that's even possible. Then how does that explain you actually watching the stream, huh? I mean, you even better for watching it? You're the one that clicked on it.
It's Twilight Zone tonight. Woohoo! Favorite night of the week. Well, day for the rest of you, but it's night for me.
All right, here. If you're watching, Yvette, this is Amanda Waller.
Amanda Waller. Okay. Wow. It's come downhill, isn't it?
Well, Darren, that's 9 more minutes of to add on to the extra comment I made. Well, I was explaining you actually clicking on the stream. A minute I would understand is like, okay, these are idiots, but you continue to watch and listen. Wow, and even comment in the chats as memory recalls. Wow.
But yeah, I'm kind of agreeing with Darren here. If you guys chose Amanda Waller, because she doesn't qualify as a villain in my mind. She's an anti-villain. She does bad things for good reasons.
Holy
and
shit.
for the benefit of both humanity and the United States. That's not a villain. That's an anti-villain.
Yeah, we were talking about the comics, not the cartoons or the movies, because in the comics, Amanda Waller was more manipulative than the Joker.
Did you guys see this plane crash?
What plane crash?
I saw the video from the inside of the plane.
There's a video, a guy was live streaming as a plane crash.
Yeah, I saw that.
I put the link in. Anna.
Yeah, and they also have two ground videos as well.
Is this the one that flips over?
Yes.
All right, I've got video of it.
It's stalled
on the outside.
Inside the plane.
Yeah, hang on, I'm seeing the outside thing.
Yeah, I saw both of them this morning.
And someone showed me their garden. That's great.
Are you talking about the one that killed
Wow.
68 people?
Yeah,
In
the one that was on
Nepal
live streaming.
today? Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to play that video. I don't want to glorify people's deaths. So
I'm not glorifying it. I just,
I know. I'm just saying.
yeah.
Talking about it is one thing. I'm not going to play the video.
No, I'm sure. I did get that. I was just putting it for people didn't know what I was talking about.
Let's have a look.
That sucks that only 4 people survived.
I'm looking. Oh, it's a small plane.
It's not that small. I mean, it has 70 people.
737. I did not make the list. Hansa did not make the list. He was given a list. We had to choose from that list, okay? You got a better
Say
list?
list one more time.
If you got a better list, contact
I have no
Hansa,
idea
give
if
him
I'm
the
looking
list.
at the right one.
Give
or
him a
not.
list, okay?
Hawaii, was it a Hawaii plane?
It was an. I'm probably
Hawaii
going to
plane
pronounce this
crash
wrong.
caught on
Nepalese
tape.
plane.
No, that's not it.
Bird put the link in the private chat.
That really. Oh, okay. Hang on.
I mean, I don't know if you guys want me to. I don't want to post it in the public. It's up to you.
Oh, it's on Twitter. No wonder I can't find it.
Bird,
I
part
muted
of that
myself. You
video-
can go ahead and post it in the public
I
chat.
mean,
I'm
it's
just not
all
gonna play
over
the
Twitter.
video.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
also
I'll
on
post it in
Twitter.
public.
It's on the news, so yeah, you might as
On
well
the
post it.
poll.
Shit, I gotta go to the thrift shop today.
Wow. Holy shit, the fire.
Yeah, at the end.
Wow, the fire as well.
Yeah, graphic video warning for the link that Bird put in.
Yeah. Wow. My thoughts are with them.
Well, I will say we got to give credit to the engineers because at least 4 people survived that.
Cool.
And 4 is better than nothing.
Indeed.
And Darren, I guess it stopped transmitting.
Yeah.
Or, yeah. Probably got too hot and the battery
Hold on, I'll be
probably
right
just
back.
exploded.
He needs an away icon. Come on, Bert has one. I have one. He needs one.
Who, Vile?
Yeah.
No. He just says he's gone. That's all.
Yeah, I'm not.
Sorry, I was
buying
having a
footage at all.
4-year-old Mexican girl yell at me.
It's called white.
I'm not, I'm not buying that footage at all. Sorry.
What, you're
Hello,
not buying a
Darren.
license?
Yes, I suppose it's possible. There are videos from outside the plane too, though.
Yeah, if it stopped recording because it overheated, then it would have stopped. You know, it wouldn't have faded to, fire on the ground. So I would challenge the authenticity of that clip.
So you're saying the guy who was live streaming this whole entire thing, then the stream just ended when it went to fire? You're calling that all false?
Surprising the camera lasted with all that fire.
Yeah. I mean, iPhones been dropped from 10,000 feet and they survived. Oh, what the hell happened? Oh, shoot. Where'd my phone go?
So, Darren, do you actually agree that Amanda Waller is more of an anti-villain, not a villain, and shouldn't have been on that list to begin with?
She's not really a villain, no. I mean, she represents the autocracy of government in the DCU, and sometimes they're on the good side, sometimes they're on the wrong side. So I wouldn't have included her as a villain.
Well, as an anti-villain in my simplified definition is someone who does bad things for good reasons.
Well, it depends on the story. She's a lot like Judge Dredd. Sometimes she's in the wrong, and sometimes she's in the right. But
yeah,
it's not. She represents the government. So yeah.
So yeah, I think you're right about it being more of the autocracy, not the bureaucracy, because that's what I said.
Right.
But well, other than the Joker, because that who would you have said would have been the best, at least DC villain?
Well, I don't know who all was listed. I did take umbrage with the idea that Gorilla Grodd was better than Loki. I mean, if you look at just alone, Loki in the comics created the Absorbing Man and the Wrecking Crew and all kinds of other villains, whereas the only supervillain that Gorilla Grodd created was Giganta. So I mean, I don't know. It just seemed like that group was hell bent on picking the wrong answer most of the time, and it was mind numbing to watch.
Well, and again, Loki is also not always a villain, so I don't know if I would.
Well, Loki in the movies is not always a villain, but in the comics, he is a villain. 99% of the time.
Yeah, in classic Thor, I'd agree 100%. In the modern Thor, even now, he's more of a not necessarily anti-hero, but he's definitely not a villain. He's not entirely heroic.
That's because of the popularity of the movie characters. That's where an example of where you have the film's mischaracterization of him bleeding over it back into the source material. But he's a villain. He was the reason in the comics why the Avengers were created. His plan to have them all destroy each other backfired. So I mean, that alone puts him in a higher tier than Gorilla Grodd. I mean, I like Gorilla Grodd. Don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't have put him above. Wouldn't have put Gorilla Grodd ahead of Loki.
Yeah, that's what we're based to reckon on comic book only. Some people were going by, well, I remember him in the movie, so I'm gonna go by this for the movie.
Yeah.
Like, oh, come on.
It defeats the whole purpose. And you should vet your guests a little better and find out if they actually have some knowledge about the comics. I mean, the host clearly doesn't.
That's why I was going based on comics. I have to go for this character.
Yeah, so you had people out of ignorance voting the wrong way.
Well, I wouldn't have put Gorilla Grodd that high to begin with, only because wasn't one of his major schemes just to turn everybody into a gorilla?
Yeah.
That was one plot point.
Yeah, that was one. Yeah, that was one thing that he tried to do. But I remember the Gorilla Grodd comes from a
Gorilla City.
A gorilla city where everybody is hyper intelligent ape. So
he tried to take over Gorilla City. They kicked him out. He tried to get revenge. Like, okay, I'll take over the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, in your honest opinion, who's the better hyper-intelligent ape, Ultra Humanite or Gorilla Grodd?
Grodd.
They're both about the same. I mean, I think that Ultra Humanite might be a little smarter just because his brain sort of exceeds the boundaries of his skull, but they're very similar characters. So it's like trying to compare Mr. Fantastic with the elongated man or something. It's just in terms of powers, they're pretty much the same.
Well, let's face it, Plastic Man will beat out both of them.
Probably. Yeah. he's like the stretchy guy. But he's more than stretchy. He's more like Odo, whereas elongated man just stretches, and Mr. Fantastic, depending on the writer, is supposed to just stretch, but occasionally he'll turn into a parachute. So.
Yeah. And LDG's back.
Florida man.
I'm sorry. I was going to ask if I was interrupting anything, but Darren was talking.
No.
That was a double-sided joke. You didn't get that.
Are you all ready? Or
ready for the birthday clip?
Yes.
Yeah, let me get a funny avatar going here. What's the camera? So I can find something weird.
Remember for Katty.
Oh yeah, because yeah. What did I miss when I was gone?
Not much. Just standard nerd chat stuff.
And I sung happy birthday to Katty.
Yep. And so did Jordan and his child.
Mm-hmm. Did Bird sing?
Bird sent his video prior to the stream.
Oh.
So I got his ready to go.
Cool.
He's one of only 3 people who I got a video from beforehand.
Ah.
And I quoted May Parker's gravestone for her. Sorry, Clowney. Yes.
Bonnie Parker.
Bonnie Parker. Thank you. Sorry. So
hey, and I just got the notification. I'm live.
Really? I thought you were mostly live, like a zombie. You haven't had that much coffee.
Oh, Mrs. Vile did stop by and give me another cup of coffee. So.
Oh, okay, I was trying to hint to her in the chat, give you more coffee.
It's one of the reasons I muted it a little while back, because she doesn't like to be on the live stream. But hold on, I'm gonna try to do something real quick, if I can.
Yeah, Yvette, it was cheaper to go to DC than to go hang out with the LDG.
I'd still have gone to Florida.
It was cheaper. I was looking at Orlando, but I'm like, it's cheaper to go to DC.
You wouldn't like it. It's freezing out here right now.
Hey, I was in Alaska, okay?
It's colder than DC. Plus, you got human feces everywhere to keep you warm.
Oh, I will show something off that I picked up because I had to, because I'm a nerd. I picked up a little transformer this week. One of the cassette ones.
Is that Soundwave's cassette tape?
Yes.
Is that the dog, the Doberman, or the bird?
Neither. This is Rumble.
Oh, okay.
All right.
This is the one that talks like he's from Brooklyn.
Gotcha.
Yes.
See, I'm a nerd. I know Soundwave.
Oh, and without looking, what was the name of the other one?
Oh, shit. Okay, I give up.
Frenzy.
Oh.
And there were 2 humanoid cassettes.
Yeah, but what color is which one? Because people,
Yeah.
if you know anything about the TV show, they would screw up the colors sometimes.
Rumble
It would, yeah. Well, you had Rumble, Frenzy, Ravage, Ratbat, Laserbeak, and Buzzsaw.
Yep.
Those were the ones I remember. And then later they decided to change Blaster from a radio to a cassette deck too, and they gave him a number of unremarkable ones to sort of match him up.
Yeah, the only one I ever remember for him is Eject, which is one of his humanoid ones.
Yeah. There was Ramhorn, I think was one. It was a Rhino one that he had. Which, you know,
But what I got a Blaster, I got a Soundwave, and I got a couple of the cassettes for the modern ones. And I'm thinking about making a diorama of them battling each other, especially because and I'll show this in a sec. This little Rumble one comes with some added stuff, so you can turn him into that with his pile drivers.
Nice.
So I had to buy him just because of that.
Hey, Yippies.
So yeah, I think it's cool.
I had a friend who had both the first and second generation of Decepticon jets from the first generation of the toys. So he had Thundercracker, Starscream, and Skywarp, and then he also had Dirge, Ramjet, and Thrust. You know, the cone-headed ones.
Yeah, the cone heads. One of the things I did a while back, this was long before I was doing YouTube. I would buy bootleg Transformers, and I would redeco them and sell them on eBay and make little dioramas. And one of the things I did is I had the Japanese jet combiner, the one that had 6 robots that turned into a jet similar to Superion, but they were the mini bots. But I painted them up to look like the Seekers. So
I don't remember that one. I remember the aerial bots, but I don't remember one that where they combined into a jet. I didn't remember that one.
I'll see if I can bring up a thing for it. It was they were mini. They were like the Micromaster size, but because these were bootlegs, they upscaled them to like 3 or 4 times their original size.
Okay.
And I'm trying to find it, but of course I put 6 jet transformer, and the first thing that comes up is 6 shot, which is not the one I want because that's a single character that turns into 6 different things.
Yeah. One of my favorites was Reflector. I think he was only available through coupons in the first wave of figures, and he was featured on the cartoon once or twice in the beginning. But you know, he was 3 robots that combined into a camera.
Yep. They actually did a reissue type thing of that character, but to make the full camera, you needed to purchase it 3 times.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Because
I gotta head out.
Okay. Later, Jordan.
Let's see ya.
Later, Jordan.
See you in a bit.
Hey, Jordan.
LDT, today, 2 years ago, on this day, WandaVision premiered.
Hard to believe Disney Plus has been around for 2 years already.
Wow.
I know.
Well, actually, there's Marvel stuff out there.
That's a part of my life I don't want to recall.
It's funny how they turned something that was pretty awesome into something that sucked.
Yeah. Overnight.
within 2 years.
Yeah. Well, the last episode turned it into that.
I meant just Marvel in general.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not arguing with that. Hey, LDG, how long does it take for you to type yourself up for a video message?
Yeah.
Because I am busy. Give me a minute.
I dread to
I
think
do
what you're
have
putting
things
on.
I gotta do.
He's putting his face on virtually.
I'm not even behind my computer. Please give me a moment.
How long is a moment?
Depends.
it's a good nondescript, or well, it's a good non-defined unit of time, but generally means something very brief.
Well, let's ask Google. Hey, Google, how long is a moment? Oh shit! Hang on. Damn it.
Of course, because Google being the end-all be-all of human knowledge.
What the hell happened to the sound on this thing?
Yeah.
What's Google?
Hey, Google, how long?
I have Google when you have Darren.
According to Wikipedia, although the length of a moment in modern seconds was therefore not fixed, on average, a moment corresponded to 90 seconds.
Okay, you got 90 seconds, dude.
All right, I
Minute and a half.
disagree with that. Alexa,
Leslie-
please define a moment.
The noun moment can have a few meanings. 1. An indefinitely short period of time, instant. 2. The present time or any other particular time, usually preceded by the. 3. A definite period or stage, as in a course of events, juncture. 4. Importance or consequence.
Yeah, like the Jurassic period. That was a huge. Well,
All right,
I guess you could
so,
call that a moment in time.
Aaron, I don't know if you can see the screen, but this is the reflector that was released about, according to this, 2018.
That's
So it was a
refractor,
single
not
figure-
reflector.
Well, they couldn't. It's the modern name because they couldn't. The loss of a trademark thing. So,
It's a word in the dictionary. They could have used reflector.
well, they chose to change the name instead for trademarking
Like
reasons.
different things.
Whoa.
So, basically, if you want the camera mode, you have to buy 3 of the figures, and if you notice the little shield and the little gun, when you combine the 3 of them, it becomes the lens and the tripod.
Yeah, that's
why
a great gimmick there. I like the other one better. It just came with the 3 robots and it turned into the camera. They didn't have to sell it separately like that.
Yeah, you're talking about. Let me see if I can bring this up.
Yeah.
There we go. Because I don't want the full website. I just want the freaking picture as large as possible.
Derek's.
You're talking about this one.
I don't remember it being that many colors, but yeah, I guess. Those, the
The original
leader
toy
had-
was very multicolored.
Yeah, it had the middle. The leader was the one with the lens, and of course in the comic they were all the same color. They were kind of like a purpley color. But
That's why when one of the excuses that Hasbro tried to make for the reflector set for those 3 to buy it 3 times is because it was supposed to be cartoon accurate, not necessarily toy accurate.
Right.
Although they did release in Japan a version of that reflector that had the one that I showed you with the they had to buy 3 of them in the colors from the show, in the colors of the original toys, but I can't find an image of it right now.
Yeah, because in the cartoons they were purple and green and gray, and they did do many reissues thereafter. But yeah, those original ones were.
JP says in the comic it was blue, gray, and purple.
Yes. Yeah. But the original toys were based on the Microman toys, so they were multicolored. And no, it was not one of the ones I was able to get my hands on back when I was a kid.
Yeah. In private chat, I put an image of what they looked like in the cartoon. They had a number of other ones. They had a number of other ones that were in that first wave that you could get through sending in proofs of purchase and stuff like that. They had a that's what they look like.
Twins that I have right now is actually one I got from one of those things.
Yeah,
if you know
they had
Twins, he was one of the pullback Transformers.
Right, and I think those ones were also all plastic, whereas the ones you bought in the stores had die-cast metal. I think that was one of the reasons why they did that, but I don't remember. You know, it's been a long time. But yeah, reflector.
Let's see. I'm checking to see which ones were considered mail away transformers for Generation 1.
Mm-hmm.
Because, as I said, I know Twin Twist was one of the ones I
Yeah,
got.
the link I put is a better link on them.
Oh, that's a nice camera.
Trying to bring it up. Internet's running a little slow.
Yeah, it specifically is a camera on the
Well,
link.
the thing about the Transformers were the toys seldom looked as good as they did on television. I
Share
mean,
my
at least,
screen.
as the cartoon versions, because the cartoon versions corrected proportion and things like that, whereas the toys couldn't.
Oh, especially I remember getting Ironhide, the toy,
Oh, that was
when
terrible.
I was a kid,
Yeah.
and being thoroughly disappointed in it.
Yeah,
because I'm like, this
didn't look anything like them.
Like the cartoon.
Yeah, both Ironhide and Ratchet
And
had
I'm
the
like,
same
the
model.
sticker onto the head.
Yeah, it was terrible. Just terrible.
Yeah, this is a nice little camera. Interesting how we take a picture through a round lens, but our actual pictures are square. Ironhide, same thing, different color. Yeah, basically.
All right, so the camshaft, the Omnibot camshaft, the Omnibot Overdrive were also mail-in ones.
Mm-hmm.
Also a downshift. That's a watch. That doesn't count. The reflector one.
Yeah, downshift.
And that's the end of this article. It says end of part 1, so I'm guessing there's a part 2 somewhere that I'll find.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember getting Twin Twist because it was when they were advertising for it. My mom at the time had a friend who sold Avon products. And through a cross promotion between Hasbro and Avon, it required only 2 Transformers points to send in to get Twin Twist or his other character. I can't his brother character. Can't remember the name offhand.
Yeah.
And I remember getting it in the mail and being like, back in the day, but this is before Amazon and all that kind of stuff. So getting a package was really cool to open it up, and there's a Transformer you can't get on shelves. It was awesome.
Yeah,
it was like
I watched a little video about a mysterious Mandela effect He-Man variant called Wondar that people remembered from a Wonder Bread promotion. He was like, the idea of Wonder Bread, and he had like the He-Man body but he had brown hair, and then he had like Zodak's chest armor and pistol, and people remember this promotion, but it never existed. It was really weird. It was like people said they remember the commercial for it, the promotional stuff for the commercial, but Mattel always said, well, we don't know what you're talking about, that kind of thing.
There is some legitimacy to that, though.
Yeah.
There's a video. I can't remember the guy's name, but he used to work for Mattel.
Well, as I was saying, the video goes on, and that people did eventually start making their own Wondar figures, and then Mattel eventually adopted Wondar into the franchise, and the figure looks just like people remember it, except it came with a loaf of bread, which looked like a turd. You know, it's a plastic loaf of bread, so it looked like you look. It comes with a big long turd, and it was kind of an interesting thing. Yeah.
Looks like Toy Galaxy did a video on this. I'll go ahead and post the link. But yeah, it is both partially true and not true, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
Here.
I just think it's funny that you have a He-Man figure that comes with a brown lump of plastic that is supposed to be a loaf of bread, and somebody thought that'd be a good idea. It's not even like a weapon or anything. He doesn't hold it in his hand. It's just there. You know, you have to lay it on the ground, next to his feet or something.
So basically, he couldn't find the toilets. Okay.
Yeah. All right, this is the video I was talking about. After the stream, Darren, check this one out. This was from Spectre Creator. He actually used to work for Mattel on He-Man.
Yeah.
And he was able to do some research on the actual Wonder Bread He-Man figure that you're talking about. I'm not going to play it right now, of course, but and now, of course, I finally get not a notification, but something from Google about my searches. Topspin is the other character I couldn't remember the name of. Twin Twist and Topspin.
Yeah.
So, all right. But yeah, I'll have to. I don't remember.
It's funny.
I remember watching that video, but I can't remember any of the facts from it.
That first Christmas after Star Wars aired, right? Or Star Wars came out in the summer, and that Christmas they didn't have the toys ready, so they had I remember going to Shopko with my mom. Shopko was this, discount chain, kind of like a local Walmart.
Yeah,
and they're not around anymore. But I remember going to Shopko, going to their toy department, and they had these rows and rows of Star Wars figure boxes, but they were all empty. And the idea was inside was a mail-in certificate, and then they would send you in X number of months a trio of figures, and they're always like randomly inserted. And a friend of mine named Tony, who never seemed to have good luck on these kind of things, he sent his mom sent him in, and he got 3 Leia figures. And there's nothing that anybody could do about it because apparently Kenner wouldn't issue a refund or anything, or try to exchange them for other ones. He basically was first come first serve. I knew some people that got the 2 droids and stuff. I had the 2 droids and Vader. That's what I ended up getting. Those are the only figures I ever got from Star Wars. But Tony Green, you got 3 Leias.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Same
that's a
exact
little
figure.
bit before my time because I wasn't born until '84.
Yeah. But that's people look at this whole mail order thing, mailing in proofs of purchase and getting a figure in the mail. That's a promotion people did back then. The vast majority of people did not participate, but for the few that did, they got what they were supposed to get. Sometimes the figure that you got was way smaller than it appeared in the ad, though. You assumed that it was like the same size as the other ones.
Yeah, the first Star Wars action figure I got was actually part of a cereal promotion. It was Han Solo as a stormtrooper with the removable helmet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See if I can find it. I can't remember. I want to say it was Fruit Loops, but I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I remember when we actually got toys in this era box, not a RPC code to scan. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like,
Boba Fett obviously famously was a mail-in figure for Boba
Yeah.
Fett.
It
with the
was
fire and rocket.
apparently it was only it was Kellogg's cereal, but I don't. Is Kellogg's Fruit Loops?
I have no idea.
I think Fruit Loops was probably Kellogg's, yeah. But yeah,
Yes,
I mean, I remember
okay.
Captain Crunch had the glow in the dark pirate figurine that was neat because it was glow in the dark. Obviously, nice little gimmick for kids. But yeah, they stopped doing that after a while.
We used to get a free
Yeah,
toy.
occasionally
in
they'll have
every
good
box.
things in the cereal boxes now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Cracker
Well,
Jack.
Yeah,
We
they
don't
don't
have
really
any
do that as
toys
much anymore.
anymore.
It kind of sucks.
They got stickers in there in those things. Yeah.
I
I think a lot of that died with Saturday morning cartoons because funneling all kids in America into watching cartoons for 4 hours once a week, that was like the most potent marketing purchasing period, where you just throw everything in the Saturday morning advertising. Everything was advertised. I mean, you had toys, cereals, McDonald's. I remember they had their special commercials just for kids on Saturday morning and stuff. And it always kind of puzzled me how they spent so much money on advertising to people who had no money.
It's because kids will bug their parents.
kids who would bug
Bug their parents. Right. So they're basically contributing to rotten behavior from kids. Yeah. That's
Example. Look at the panel.
Yep.
Hey, it worked. I got myself my Power Rangers video game watch.
I eventually got my Game
That was
Boy.
again one of those mail away things.
One of the things that I always wanted from like the fast food promotions when I was a kid and never ever got a single one were those collector's glasses that they would have.
Oh, I remember those things.
Superhero ones, or they'd have Star Wars ones and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I thought that, I was kind of weird. Other kids, care about that, but I'm like, hey, I'd like one of those glasses, like Shazam one or whatever. You go on eBay and people are hawking those things for a lot of money now.
Some of them, yeah. But it's funny you should say that. One of the things that we rediscovered while going through my storage unit was back in the 2009 Star Trek JJ promotion at McDonald's. They did promotional glasses again. And Katty made me buy her the Spock one because she loves Spock. So that's
I had a
one we have is from 2009.
I had a friend who had the collector's glasses. He got a whole bunch of them one year, and his mom destroyed them by putting them in the dishwasher because of how they, how that you're supposed to hand wash them because the image that's on the glass is, essentially glued on, and if things get too hot, it'll melt right off. And she destroyed them, and and so years later, he's on eBay and he sees like the whole set of like DC Heroes ones from the 70s. He gets it, and what do you think his wife did?
Used it.
Put it in the dish. Put it in the dishwasher. Put them all in the dishwasher and ruined it. And so he talks about that. It's like, I know I told her that story, the reason I'm buying these is because my mom destroyed these all by not following directions. This is another thing. My generation, like the kids were not to be believed by the adults. So if a kid told you something, it was, as an adult, you were obliged to not consider it to be a fact. You know what I mean? So, because there's and people from my generation know what I'm talking about, but and so he told him, no, Ma, you can't put those in the dishwasher. It'll ruin them. It'll wreck them. And she's like, yeah, whatever. And she put them in there and they were ruined and wrecked. And, go ahead.
I have a similar story I'll tell in just a second, but this is, I couldn't find a larger picture quickly enough, but this is basically what I got her. It's the Spock one that has the jellyfish on the box, the ship, and it has Spock on it. but that's the one she wanted.
Yeah.
Never been opened because she never wanted to use it, but she
right.
Yeah, that's what I had to get her. But I don't know if you guys remember a few I think it was not last year, maybe the year before, when I was trying to do the coffee mug thing on the CNA stream. One of the ones I showed was a color changing Doctor Who one, where I actually showed on stream how when you pour the hot coffee in there, the TARDIS disappears.
I've got every copy of them.
Wow.
Yeah, I was going to put it on the eBay store, but my roommate thought he was going to help me out and was going to wash it for me before I put it on
In
eBay.
the dishwasher. Oh my gosh, no.
Yeah.
And he put it in the dishwasher and he ruined it.
Oh, ow.
Which is why that specific mug never made it to the eBay store.
Ow. It says not dishwasher safe on the bottom of the cup.
Yeah, once I have a battery pack that I can do the live stream from the storage unit again, I'll start doing that again. But because I got a couple of mugs that I've purchased in the meantime for that. But the whole point of it is to show it on the live stream and then sell it on the eBay store. But what was I going to say? Now I forget what I was going to say.
It's called CRS syndrome, man.
I'll be right back because I'll show Yvette what I picked up this week. So hold on.
Where the hell did he go? I thought he was going to do something for Katty.
Yeah, he disappeared again. Florida, man.
Yeah, I was telling Yvette this the other day. I was watching a $6 Million Man, video about the death probe. I'm like, that is just basically a big fat Dalek.
You can watch it on streaming services now. $6 Million Man.
And then I think I've read this and it looks like it's possible, but apparently they did a reuse of the death probe for a robot called the Crime Buster in an Andy Kaufman movie called Heartbeeps.
I'm surprised the SFPD hasn't rolled out the robotic unit shaped like Daleks.
No, but the death probe was kind of funny. So.
All right. Yvette, are you watching?
I'm looking at the screen. Can you blow yourself up? Yep.
All right.
I
picked up a bunch of these little videos. This is the only Doctor Who in 3D.
Nice.
Then a couple of the just some on DVD. Last Christmas.
Nick Frost.
The Husbands of River Song.
Yeah.
More copies of Series 10, 1 and 2. So I'll put those on there.
Excellent. I own them all, so I won't be buying them.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to see how many of these I can cram in that Doctor Who TARDIS themed lunchbox and sell it as a whole set. And then this is the only one that I picked up that I got more than one copy of. So as of right now, this is the only DVD at Mrs. Vile's house. I gave the kids a little portable DVD player so they could watch stuff because their TV broke. And didn't find out till after I gave it to them. They don't actually have any DVDs in the house.
So you're going to make them watch Doctor Who? Yep. Which one is it?
That's a way to indoctrinate kids, man. Good going.
It looked like a Peter Capaldi one.
This is the last one for Peter Capaldi. It's the one that brings back the first Doctor.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
No, the very first season.
Well, it didn't really bring back the original Doctor because they changed his personality to reflect the times. And he was
bloody disgraceful what they did.
Yeah, he wasn't misogynistic in the original. Come on.
No, he wasn't.
He was he was racist. He thought that Bill was there to clean the TARDIS. And things like that. It's like no. But that's what they do.
And that just goes to show that whoever wrote that hadn't even seen any original Doctor Who.
Or they didn't care, and I think it's more
they
along the lines of because they saw no reason not to alter the Doctor's personality to reflect what they wanted the story that they wanted to tell.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I forgot. I don't know why I'm still on solo. Yeah, I picked them up cheap, so I bought them all, and I'll put them on the store eventually. But I've got like 1,000 things I got to put on the store that I've been too lazy to do.
Oh, that reminds me. I need your help on something, Mike. Hang on a second. Let me clear this off. That kind of reminds me. 1 second. Hang on, let me take off the script. I'll show you in a second. Hang on. Oh, big screen. Okay, I have this. It's an Alice in Wonderland adventure, Looking Glass book on tape. The tape's never been played. I cannot find this online to find the value of this. Can you help me look?
Does it have a UPC number?
Yes, it does.
Take a picture of that and send it to me either on Gmail or Twitter, and I can look it up based on that.
Okay.
Red Letter Media took a VHS copy of Nuki, a 1993 film. They put it up on eBay because apparently there's this phenomenon now of people selling never before watched VHS copies of movies. And they put it up on eBay and had an auction, and then the proceeds will go to charities in Milwaukee, where they're from. But this VHS copy sold for $80,000.
Good.
I
I know,
well,
and
it's charity, that's why.
And
because they buried all the other ones, right?
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on.
Well, that's a couple of things. They destroyed every other copy of Nuki they had to make it more valuable, and also Nuki has never been provided on any other format than VHS.
Hey, Mike, I was taking a picture of the barcode. I'm gonna send that to you, and it just popped me a link and it showed me exactly how much it cost online. So never mind. Like, nice phone, thank you.
Yeah, what is it going for?
$25 to $30.
That's how much I was going to estimate. I said I was in my head. I was thinking $40 on the highest end. But yeah, it's kind of interesting what does and doesn't sell and how it sells on eBay. There was a fighting game back on the PS1 called Urgeist or something like that had Final Fantasy characters. And the funniest thing was I had the player's guide for it that I picked up somewhere, and I had it online for like $5 for a year, and no one bought it. So I was like, you know what? Fine, screw it. I'll put it as an auction starting off at a penny. Yeah. What do you think the final result was?
30 cents.
$250.
Damn.
So for a year, no one would buy it for $5, but once you put it on an auction, apparently people were willing to bid on it. And of course, the bidding bid was from some guy in Europe who paid an extra like $30 shipping.
Oh man.
I just don't understand that kind of stuff sometimes. I mean, I've had people argue. Like for instance, I recently sold a set of Transformers. The whole joke about them was they were movie figures, and I picked up 3 heavily damaged but still factory sealed copies of Revenge of the Fallen. Considered the worst Transformer film.
Yeah.
So as a joke, I was adding for free a copy of those that movie for those figures because they are from that movie. And people would be like, well, can I just buy the figures for, $15 instead of paying $25 for the figures in the movie? And I'm like, no. It even says in the listing, the only reason I'm putting the movie in there is because it's a joke. No one wants the movie. I'm not going to be able to get rid of it otherwise. If you don't want the movie, it'll still cost you $25 for the figures. But yeah, at least 2 of them sold recently. I still might have one left. I don't know.
You want to know what I remember being really keen about, and this is one of those things where your childlike, childish mind fills in the gaps and things. They used to have, in the 80s, arcade games were all the rage. Right before the home, market came back with the Nintendo and the Sega, right? But I remember they had these little things made by Coleco. They were mini tabletop arcade games. They had Pac-Man, they had Donkey Kong, but they didn't look, of course, anything like the ones in the arcade because they didn't have that tech yet. They didn't have like LCD screens or anything. They had like little light blip. It was kind of like the pocket football games and things. It was just a bunch of lights that represented things. And but the chassis of those mini arcade games was really neat. It was like a miniature version of the ones you see in the arcade. And of course you wanted one just to have in your bedroom, and you wouldn't even have to play it. It would just look cool in your bedroom and stuff. And apparently years later they brought them back. Only now we have TFT monitors and things where they can actually put a replica of the original video game or better in these things. But as a kid, I remember wanting one of those really badly, and my dad was like, it won't look anything like the arcade game at all. And and he took me around and showed me a bunch of like the NFL game that they had, and the hockey game and stuff. It's all going to be just a bunch of light blips. You're not gonna see a giant monkey on a screen. You're gonna see, and a plumber. You're gonna see, stick people. But
one of the things I actually have is some of the. I got 2 glass panels for the old Centipede game.
Yeah.
That are the hand painted glass that they had for the arcades, and
right.
You look at that and you're like, oh, look how all the colors and how detailed it is, and you're like, no, the game doesn't look anything like that.
Right. Well, they had a cereal promotion once where the grand prize winner was I think you got your choice of a full size Donkey Kong or Pac-Man or whatever, and then you had the runner ups had the little Coleco tabletop ones, and then like 1,000 winners would get like a poster, like a picture of one or whatever. But yeah, it was very effective advertising again towards people that didn't have money.
Yeah, I'll show one thing that I think is funny.
Your reflection.
I have this transfiguring eBay store.
You're roboting, Mike.
I don't know if you guys can see it yet. Can you see the figure?
Yeah.
I can't. What is
the joke is that it comes with this little tiny duck.
Duck, yeah. Reissue with duck figure, yeah. So I didn't like it when the Transformers looked like that. I prefer when they looked like metal things.
That reminds me, there's this game on Steam called Plastic Duck Simulator, and you don't do anything. It's just like $2, and it's the plastic duck sitting in the water. That's it.
Yeah, it reminds me of that game. I think it's called Bus Driver. We were supposed to drive to Vegas, and all it is driving a bus, and you can't even just set it and leave because the bus naturally starts to drift to one side if you're not consistently updating it. The terrain almost never changes.
No, the duck is just sitting in water. You don't do anything. That's the whole point of the game. You just watch the duck sit in water for $2.
A guy in my church was cleaning out his parents' attic, and he found an unwrapped Atari game called Journey Escape. It was the for the rock band Journey. You know, they had their Escape album, but they also had a video game for the Atari.
Yes, I know.
And it was, yeah, and it was apparently he had gotten, the way it worked was his parents had gotten him a copy of Journey Escape, but then like his aunt and uncle for Christmas had gotten him the game too, and he opened theirs first, and so they were going to take it back and do something with it, but they had set it on just put it in a box and then got him something else completely different, and it stayed like you know up in you know a finished off attic for decades, and then he finds it, and yeah, apparently I don't know how much he sold it for, but you can imagine with all the rock band memorabilia and stuff, you know, who would want a you know a wrapped, never opened, you know, Journey Escape.
All right. This is you're probably talking about, right, Darren? Journey Escape on the Atari.
Yeah, I remember the commercial because it was like you know you played as the rock band Journey, trying to like maneuver down a hallway and avoid groupies so you can get to your next show, and there was all these different stages, and really it could have been a game about anything, because back then it was all stickmen and lines on a screen. It wasn't anything, you know, embellished, but they slapped the logo, you know, the Journey Escape, you know, album art on it, and suddenly it became this thing that everybody wanted. Yeah, exactly. That's it, I think.
All right. Well, I got to tell this story then. Back when I used to work for Sony, I was an alpha tester for Sony for a number of years, and one of the games I was hired to work on was a game called Journey. And when we were, you know, first team to be working on this game, we're talking about everything, but we haven't actually got a build yet. We were just being told, you know, what the game is going to be about, all that kind of stuff. And they told us the tentative title for the game is going to be Journey. And I made the joke, is it a sequel to the Journey for the Atari 2600? And everybody looked at me and were like, what the hell are you talking about? And I'm like, Journey Escape for the Atari. And they're like, we have no idea what you're talking about. Like, it's based on the album for the band. And they were like, what? I'm like, I never felt so old in my entire life, despite the fact that half the team is older than me.
Yeah. Well, I think you can find, I think in one of my videos, I think I even included the commercial. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, but they used to make a whole bunch of weird Atari games back in the day.
Anything they could license. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do have my inbox copy of Journey the Escape somewhere in my storage unit.
Yeah. Here's the. I put it in the. You might be. It's 30 seconds. You could probably play it on your stream and not have a problem. But there it is.
Let's see.
I mean, it's an ad. I mean, it can't be. I mean, even the music used in the ad is not going to catch you. I played it in my video and nobody ever said anything. So. Oh, that's right. You got hamster powered internet, don't you?
Each member of Journey escaped to mobs of.
Yikes!
Wow, that is choppy.
Why don't you let me share it? I think I got a better connection.
Yeah, it might be easier. That's choppy, dude.
Journey escape for the Atari 26.
Mike, stop sharing,
from
please.
Beta age.
Thank you. Thank you. Let Darren share it, man.
There we go. I'm sharing it now. I got a better connection. So.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you.
Data 8 presents the world's first rock video game, Journey Escape. The concert's over. Now you must help each member of Journey escape through mobs of love-crazed groupies, shifty-eyed promoters,
I can get you the forest.
and spooky photographers. Find your roadies and manager,
You got 10 minutes.
and run for the escape vehicle, and live to rock another day.
Don't stop.
The Atari
Is that Casey
2600
Kasem?
Data Age.
Yeah, it could have
Yes,
been
that is
anything, but
Kasem.
Okay.
yes, it is. Yep. Yeah, I mean, you look at the graphics; it could have been anything. They could have said it was. It could have been a game about the Lord of the Rings if they wanted it to be. But yeah, Casey Kasem, Shaggy himself.
The ultimate stoner. Because
Oh, guys,
And
shoot.
Hootie voice in the show.
Sorry, mate. I've got to shoot
All right.
in Mum. Just see me. So have a great
No worries.
stream,
Go
everyone.
drug your mother.
Much love. And I'll see you all for Twilight Zone.
Mm.
Yay. Bye. Don't forget to send me that email.
All right.
Bye.
Will do.
Gotta love her cadence. Bye. Bye. Bye.
But
Yeah, I mean, they had video games for movie tie-ins, obviously, and it was such and of course today we look at them, they're such crap, but back then, man, just having a video game in your home was a big deal. You'd have to pop quarters in it.
There were some game endings almost no one has ever seen.
who's playing something?
Yeah, there are ones that I just absolutely hated. I hated Qbert because I couldn't get the hang of the controls, and then ones I had no. Burger Time was one that I just couldn't stand, and I mean, at least Frogger you can understand. Okay, he's trying to cross the street or the river, right?
Well, we were talking about mail-ins earlier, so I'm going to
Yes.
show this one. This was an actual game made during the Atari era. That was a mail-in game only.
Tooth Protectors.
Johnson
That's
&
funny.
Johnson presents
Johnson.
Tooth Protectors, the video game.
I wonder if there was a. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I wonder if there was a Team Crest one that Crest toothpaste put out. But go ahead.
But yeah, it was a game you could only get by sending in, enough labels and paying for the shipping and handling. Back then.
Yeah.
I never got a copy of it to sell, but I wanted to because it sells for like a couple $100 nowadays.
Yeah. My brother is about 10 years younger than me.
Well,
God, I'm sorry.
we were talking about how occasionally they if not enough people bought the thing, they would eventually sell it to like stores that could actually sell the items.
Liquidators.
But that particular one was destroyed instead of
Oh.
trying to sell it. So the only copies that are in circulation are ones that were actually mailed away to people.
My brother is about 10 years younger than me, and he found an old commercial for something before he was born, and I think it was like a Nickelodeon commercial for one of their contests. And he says, "What is this down here? What does this mean? SACE." I'm like, SACE, yeah, SASE. I'm like, oh, that means self-addressed stamped envelope. And he goes, what's that? And he's like, well, that's where you took an envelope and you put your address on it and then and put a stamp on it, and then you fold it up and put it into another envelope and send that to them so they could send you something back. Self-addressed stamped envelope.
Yeah, one of the
every contest. Yep.
One of the funniest things that happened recently was I showed my 12 and 13-year-old a floppy disk version of Mega Man that I got in my collection.
Uh-huh.
And I showed him like this actually has the game on there, and I showed him how thin it was and how small it was, or how big it was, length and width wise.
Right.
And literally one of them just goes, "Wait, isn't that the save icon?" And I'm like,
Yeah,
that's why the icon looks like that.
Well, yeah, I've heard that in colleges where people will pull out, somebody will have like some old 3x5 floppies. Oh, look, you 3D printed some replicas of save icons.
But yeah, this was an old Commodore version of the game. It actually had the 5.5-inch floppy and the 3.25-inch diskette. But
man.
I showed them the floppy first, and that's what they thought it was, and I thought it was funny as all hell.
And that's why it's called a floppy, was because it literally was not stiff. You know? And they still called the 3.5-inch ones floppies, even though they weren't floppy. They were pretty stiff.
Yeah, we always called them diskettes when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was just because I'm
Hmm.
Californian or something.
I remember in '93 when I started going to school, and they were passing around a copy of id Software's Wolfenstein 3D, and the first 8 levels, it was all on one 3.5, 3.5-inch disc. That was the shareware version. And if you wanted to have more levels, you'd have to kick in. But the first 10 levels itself was a great game in and of itself. It had an ending and all kinds of stuff.
The only part I didn't like about it was it only allowed you to do the first 2 difficulties, so you couldn't do the harder difficulties on the shareware version.
Yeah, and I believe the shareware version also only let you have 2 saves instead of the full 10 that were on the menu. They were all blotted out. But yeah, and then like the second computer game I ever got once I got a computer that I could run this stuff was LucasArts' X-Wing flight simulator, and that I believe came on 5 3.5-inch floppies that you had to put them in. The installation process it took over an hour. You had to put in.
Yeah, I remember first getting missed on 3.25-inch diskettes.
3.25 or 3.5.
Well, technically it's 3.25, not 3.5.
Right. Okay.
Because it's 5.5-inch floppy and 3.25-inch floppy, but that's the smaller stiff one.
Gotcha.
But it on diskette it came in 10 or 11, depending on which version of the game you got. And I remember my dad buying it on CD. And I'm like, wait, they were able to fit all those discs on a single CD?
Yeah.
Because it took me on my little Windows 3.1 286 computer 10 hours to install Myst. And then my dad installs it in 30 seconds on a CD. It was funny as all hell.
Yeah. Well, the first time I got WoW, it came on 5 CDs. And I thought, wow, this is a huge game, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but and then when I eventually installed World of Warcraft Classic off of their website, it took about 4 minutes to download and install. Because it's an 8 gigabyte game. When it's uncompressed, and they just, you can download 8 gigabytes like nothing now. But yeah, it's just funny how that stuff goes.
I was trying to install Space Engineers onto this computer to see if it would actually play it, and no, it wouldn't.
No.
But as crappy as this computer is, with a decent enough internet connection, it took me like 12 minutes to download 12 gigabytes and install it.
Yeah.
And I was even talking just this a couple days ago about my old Amiga with Mrs. Vile, and I'm trying to just figure out which version of the Amiga I actually had, because I'm like, I know that the Amiga I had, we upgraded the hard drive and the RAM, but the amount of RAM that the Amiga 500 and the Amiga 1000 actually had was actually more than what we upgraded it to. And I'm like, how did we upgrade it and have less RAM and less hard disk space? So now I'm like, maybe I'm misremembering my old computer. I mean, we're talking about a computer that was 14 years old when I got it.
Well, I remember, there's some kids from my church. I was talking to them about like the video consoles that my friends and I had when I was a kid, and I mentioned the ColecoVision, and they didn't believe me when I told them that when the ColecoVision came out, it could play Atari 2600 games, but you couldn't play ColecoVision games on the Atari 2600. There was no, back then there was no. The companies hadn't gotten smart about that kind of thing and designed, cartridges that wouldn't fit in anybody else's cartridge, slot. And they just, you could buy a ColecoVision. One of the selling points was you didn't have to give up any of your old 2600 games. You could still play them. And they were just, and then I showed them pictures of what the ColecoVision looked like. And it was typical 80s styling where it was a serious looking, thing. It had a dial pad on each, there it is, in fact, dial pad on each.
Well, that's in the television, but yeah.
Oh, that's a television. Okay, that's not it. Then I'll find a picture here. But it's very similar.
The reason I brought this one up was when the kids were helping me out with the storage unit, we found a bin that I had a bunch of old consoles in, PS1s, Dreamcasts, Super Nintendos, regular Nintendos, and inside was a couple of these. And my kids, because of cultural osmosis, at least know what a PlayStation 1 and a regular Nintendo type stuff look like. They saw that and were like, what the hell is this? But I was like, that's an Intellivision. And they're like, that doesn't explain anything.
Yeah, I know. That's the ColecoVision. Very similar, but it had a proper joystick on it, smaller, and people were looking at it like, are those vents? And I'm like, no, those are just molded plastic made to look like vents. There was actually very little ventilation in that thing at all. But it was of course, a significant portion of the console is devoted to the space where you're supposed to put the controllers in when you're not playing. So it was, but it had this seriousness, even though the ColecoVision logo had rainbow colors in it. But they didn't believe me when I told them that. I'm like, the reason why it's like that today is because of what they did with ColecoVision. Didn't they? I said back then, ColecoVision had the Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong. They owned they had the Mario franchise, before Nintendo gobbled it up. But and they had all kinds of. There was that great big expansion slot there for the steering wheel.
Back then, Nintendo was actually the one making the game. They just didn't have a console yet.
Right, they didn't, and so they would license it out to Americans. But ColecoVision had the console for the next stage up from the 2600. But I mean, it was, and for a while there, they had the best looking version of Mario Brothers, ever. But that great big expansion slot in the front of the ColecoVision was designed for you to put a steering wheel attachment on, so you could play. I guess it might have been pole position with a steering wheel, and it was just. This was an expensive game system for back. But I think in adjusted dollars. Let me see what I can find out here about that, because I remember being surprised when I heard that how much some of those gaming consoles were adjusted for inflation. They're just amazing in terms of how much people were paying in terms of purchasing power. I think something. I gotta find it.
Well, this is the game one of the games you're talking about, Donkey Kong. Now, I don't know if you can read the small fine print there. Let's see if I can make it. I can't make it any bigger, but
I believe you. Yeah.
At the bottom it says package, program, and audiovisual, copyright 1982 Coleco Industries, because Nintendo made the game, Coleco had the license, and they made the game for the Atari.
Gotcha.
So it was like you wouldn't see something like that nowadays. You wouldn't have, Nintendo making the game, Sony licensing it for the Xbox.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everybody was still finding their way.
Twilight Zone in half an hour on Butterfly 5 channel. I got notification.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. We've been going for 3 hours. I need to get back inside because it's starting to rain again.
Alrighty. Thanks for having me, Vile.
I will see everybody later. And I'll just end it with later, folks.